Hello, chat. How are you guys doing on this fine Monday? What is going on, guys? What's fucking happening? What did Jar do now? What hasn't Jar done? Jar poisoned my crops, dropped the arsenic down the well, and he called the princess a whore. We will find him and summarily lock him into stockades for a week. A brazen bull is where he's going. Don't do the sexy voice for Jar Tent. Which I can't. I feel like I've been doing like the Trump accent too much, and so all my accents start to sound like that. Either that, or it's just like my New York. It just makes me sound like him all the time. Shut up, dude. Fauci's been cooking lately, man. Fauci's been cooking lately. It's pretty crazy. Ban Fauci. He should be allowed to have his moment. What up, Tanuki? What up? Stim video call. I legit just clicked off the fruit to get on your stream, man. Dude, you guys are like literally like content cooking, bro. Ay. What's the I was invoking Dagoth, or I've come to make an announcement. Let's see. Pressing announcement. I was invoking that in the Discord today. Let me pull up the transcript. I am announcing my imminent masturbation. I'm aware that the announcement of imminent masturbation has been a serious recurring issue lately, and I am here with my bottom-level social skills to ensure that it will only worsen. I hope that the great houses... But yeah, so there's a new jar. Can't go live without gooning. Yeah, I need to do my pre-stream goon to keep me nice and regulated. To keep me nice and regulated for stream. So your bottom skills, what? My bottom level social skills. Announcing my imminent masturbation. This is just gonna bring up porn. Oh, yeah, okay. I found it. Let me finish reading the rest of it, okay? Because I'm still waiting for people to come in. I hope that this server is full of mostly male members will appreciate the fact that I'll soon be coming and offer me the high-coveted high five that I so surely deserve. As an announcement of imminent masturbation is not in the current rule set, I will continue to toe this line. Any and all action taken against me by the mod team will be considered extrajudicial and will retaliate by mobilizing my army of alts. If any males wish to provide me a high five or emotional gratification, please do so. If any females wish to provide me sexual gratification, ew. Thank you, and please remember, I am now masturbating. Hey, Diesel, have you thought about setting up a pre-stream notification that lets people know you're going to start? Oh, like on the community tab on YouTube? I'll give you a high five, Diesel. At everyone, please do not announce to the server that you are going to masturbate.
Where the Dunma baddies at?
Come, Nerevar, come. Friend and traitor, come. But not really. Don't actually come. So Jar, I I do believe this lady is a viewer of mine, and did this jar interview. I have seen a bit of it from the Op Block stream. I have seen a bit of it prior to the Op Block streaming about it. You know, we discussed it a little bit, and yeah, we just kind of we did that. I looked at it and I was like, okay, this interview's a little eh. And I was very mixed on it when I saw it. But I do find it funny that Jar has been canceled, and it's almost like this guy is going on a media tour. This guy is quite literally more... he gets more fan art now that he's canceled. He gets more attention now that he's canceled. Okay, this guy, quite literally, the best thing that happened to his social media presence was being canceled. Okay, I think you should interview him. I would interview Jar. I would interview Jar, but I don't think Jar would sit down with me. Right, but I find it very funny. Like, by the way, you know, the blackface Jar picture started here. It started here, okay? And everybody has been repeating that art in their thumbnails. I saw Mally had a thumbnail that was identical to the Jar picture that was here. Okay? Oh, you're gonna address Cindy nuking her videos? Yeah, Cindy nuked her whole channel because of all this Jar stuff. You know, honestly, Cindy should have been getting more shit, but it's almost hilarious that Jar gets more shit than Cindy. You know, I think that is so incredibly funny, right? Because it just goes to show you how much people dislike him. And he seems almost incapable of understanding that at all. He's like I've never seen somebody with his kind of personal affliction of stupidity. It's honestly quite amazing. And also, Jar, I know you know that I exist. I know you know, so you can reach out anytime, buddy. Speaking of, here you go. Here's some Jar DMs. For some reason, he's like putting Nicholas Diorio on a buff guy and a baby. But this isn't the exclusive that I have for you tonight. I do have you can't talk about the Jar craziness without talking about Cindy. True, but it's almost like she's a side character in the story when she should be the main protagonist of it, you know. But we got an exclusive, right? So some Jar Himpleton DMs leaked. Okay. And seems like you liked all of our calls. Oh, leaked. Yeah, seems like you leaked all of our calls. Any reason for that? I thought you were cool with Twitter clips. That's all that's been leaked. It's like Family Guy funny moments. This is when Ace started leaking the calls. Okay. I thought you were cool with it. It's like Family Guy funny moments. No, Ace is streaming right now with all our calls. You said you were going to send me those calls and you never did. Dude, Ace Howler is literally like 1,000 sub creator, okay? And he is literally hitting Jar in the nuts right now, okay? Ace, this guy stays up at night thinking about you, okay? That's how fucking mad it's making him. You said you were going to send me those calls and you never did. What is Jar stupid? I'm sorry, but this guy almost seems to have this clinical need to like ruin himself, right? He does these streams or he does these calls with Himpleton. He doesn't record his end of the calls and he just hopes that Himpleton is gonna like make good on his word and send those over. Really? You're telling me that the rape jonkler is gonna send you those calls? Like, are you stupid? I know he's stupid, yeah, but the comedy comes from me speaking about it as a question, even though I know the answer is that he's a fucking idiot. Let's see. No, he's not. He's only streaming the second phone call, and other than that, has only streamed small clips. But why send it to him? I heard you sent him all the calls. I did, but he needs my explicit permission to leak anything. He said he's concerned there are lies in your response and his own call and wanted to compare. Yes, there are lies in Jar's response. Jar lies all the time, okay? Jar sits around, talks about how he's like a position of authority and how he's like a person who's got shit together, but the guy's a complete dysfunctional mess. The fact that this guy is given any media criticism or anything is fucking hilarious, okay? Because I'm surprised that Jar can put on his fucking pants in the morning without shitting himself and thinking it's his fucking diaper, okay? Come Jar shippers on Suicide Watch.
Celebrates 13 months of membership. Yummers.
But okay, I didn't lie. At least I don't think I did. And then that's the thing. I appreciate someone who can lie and would be like, I lied, motherfucker. I did it. I lied. But I hate the guys that are like, I lied and I'm actually stupid, so I don't remember that I lied or thought that I lied because I'm stupid and I wouldn't actually lie. I'm actually a good guy. I wouldn't think that I would do that.
Jar is not stupid. I would say he is a clown, but he's the whole circus at this point.
Early age dementia. Yeah, going to sleep on 30 milligrams of melatonin and then waking up and taking Adderall to clock through a video that's the same video 5 times over really does ruin your brain. Diesel, do you know about the rumor that Dreadlock broke up with Jar and kicked him out of the house, right? Are we just assuming that they were gay lovers? I mean, they probably were. Not to be that guy, but Dreadlock sounds fruity as fuck, so I would not be surprised if the romance ended and Jar was let out on the street. Dreadlock is the girlfriend. Oh my god. What's worse is that we're assuming that like maybe Jar was the top in that situation, and I just can't picture it. I can't picture the fart box guy being the top. You know, I feel like that's a strictly bottom activity. Why would I need to lie? Do you think I lied? Okay, Jar, I'll tell you why you'd ever need to lie in a call, right? You want people to like not hate you anymore, right? So you are going to say whatever you can to try and like stop everything, right? It's like Jar's entire thing, and I think people need to realize this. I feel like Rot, the lady who did the interview, is too sympathetic to Jar. And my reasoning is this, right? Jar, in his entire career and a lot of his social interactions with people, are based off of him acting as a autistic, doesn't understand social cues idiot, right? And he's kind of coasted by on like presenting himself as a victim of circumstance in a lot of these things, but this has happened too much and for too long for it to be the case. Right? I think Jar realizes that he did something wrong. I think he realizes that he took a contrarian take with the idea that he felt he would be able to weather it. But he will sit around and try and 1 HP voice his way into people's hearts, right? And play on their better sympathies. It is just something he does. I think he is the kind of person who sees that he can get sympathy out of people and tries to use it against them, right? He's talked about how he's used people before. The guy wants to be a master manipulator, but he's a fucking moron, okay? Like, he's just stupid, so he's not able to handle it. But that's really the take that I get from Jar. So, come on. Hold on. Let's see. Do you think I lied? No idea. But Ace is someone I certainly trust, and his only interests are ultimately to expose the truth more than drama. I mean, those things kind of go part and parcel when you think about it. Also, this is just hilarious that he's having this conversation with Himpleton. Did he really expect Himpleton to be like somebody who was... Why would you trust Himpleton? In what world are you trusting Himpleton? Okay, I'm not trusting the rape jonkler, okay, to deliver my groceries from Instacart. So why the fuck would you expect him to follow up on this? Oh, yeah. I've mostly been working on myself and out of commentary stuff. I watched your response, but it's been so long. I've thought about any of this stuff. I wasn't really able to productively understand it. I love this ending sentence on this. Everyone doesn't seem to like me right now. So even if I tell the truth, people act like it's a lie. This guy is such a manipulative little shit. Everyone doesn't seem to like me right now. Jar, you know why people don't like you. Okay? You know exactly why people don't like you. All right, buddy? If you think that it's just completely incomprehensible why people dislike you, I think you might actually be a lost soul and you should be put into a house, okay? Because you might actually be incapable of surviving. Right? Like, I don't know about some other creators. I'll speak for myself here. I hate you, Jar, for a very simple reason, okay? In my opinion, Jar, you sexually harassed my friend, okay? And then you tried to accuse her of just being cool with it, okay? Fuck you. I hope your dick falls off from crocodile infection. You fucking schizoid drug addict. I'm never getting that interview. I can't say something like that and then expect him to never sit down with me. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. All right. Let me just screenshot these and I'll share this with the community. So our interviewer kind of seems to want to break into content creation and is kind of like an ACC Glupshido. I've seen them in the streams, so I'm not gonna like. I don't. They seem very sensitive. Which let me just tell you, if this is how you are, you're in the wrong space to make this kind of content. You don't need to make content. It's fine. Justice for Cat. Dude, I like fuck you, Jar. like he tried to besmirch Cat's good name, okay? Off of the back of him being like, oh, it's just jokes. I'm not actually, asking to see. You are. You definitely are. Dude, I don't know how you can be a man who, because ladies, I know you've met men that do the same exact thing Jar does. I knew men who do the exact same thing Jar does, right? If you're that rizless, you have seen that thing, right? You may have done that thing if you're that rizless. Hitting on Cat instead of Cat. So here's another thing. In my opinion, this is kind of the stuff that you should probably just save to put out your interview on, rather than yap about it in the op block Discord, right? Yeah, and then he made sure to not only name her, but made sure to tell everyone how to spell her name, and only her. Definitely not a bad guy. I honestly, if I got an interview with Jar, it would just be me telling him that he's a horrible waste of human space. okay? And that he should be put into a home. And that he's a fucking, like, mess of a human being who's pathetic and who should have never had his career in the first place. I hate him. I hate him. My passion for disliking him is so basal and simple and just I the venom flows freely from me like I'm a fucking viper, okay? All right? I just want to see it all tear down for Jar. I don't want anything for Jar. Definitely no interview now. I can't help it. I want to see it. The thing is I can turn this off and interview him, or I can talk to people I dislike. I can turn it off, right? But I don't really need to be nice right now, so why the fuck should I, right? So you hate him more than Too Mad? Too Mad's dead. So no matter how much I hate Too Mad, it's a one-way street, okay? Because Too Mad's never going to feel the pain, okay? Jar could feel the pain. Diesel needs his hate Jar a little less pills. If it makes, I don't think you would get an interview anyway because it's streamed with Cat. Well, the thing is that he's such a fucking cuck. Jar is such a cuck, right? Jar would sit down with like glup shittos or like women, right? But he won't sit down with people that like actually like have some fucking weight behind their words, right? Because he's such a fucking loser freak who's afraid of people. Okay, like he won't do that. Right? I think it's very telling because he wouldn't name Beckett in his like response video. But Beckett's like a video on him was probably one of the most damning things that happened during that drama. Other men scare him. Hold on. Hold up. All right, let me read what Rot was saying here. Are you ready for some hot Jar tent? He doesn't live with Dreadlock anymore. He got kicked out of his old place for picking fight with his neighbors and destroying the apartment. Dude, this guy is a Walmart person, dude. He blamed it on Dreadlock, but I doubt he wasn't the only contributor to it. He now lives with his sister. I know it's his sister because I heard her ask if he wanted some food and called him Bud before he muted himself. A woman that is fucking you isn't going to call you Bud in such a bro-type way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know we're going to get to the call in a second, but I got to walk you through why I think this is really goofy to say that. I have had women call me dude and bro and then slob on my knob, so like I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you about that. I don't. But aside from that, I mean, I guess it could also be his mom. Hey, bro, what a bro job. Okay. But that's really funny. I asked him later after ending the recording, and he said it was his sister. His sister and him got into daily fights, usually about religion. But also because he's fat phobic as fuck and makes fun of her. That's another thing. Jar really gets hung up on people's weight. The weight thing happens all the time. And that's so cringe because you're built like a fucking sack of potatoes with a bunch of twigs at the end of it. Okay? There's like not like the whole fat phobic thing makes no sense when you're built like you play with plastic trains. Okay? I like it's just fucking cringe, right? And it's just like, honestly, Jar, you could probably use a fat bitch on your face. You know, they'd probably be able to fart better on you. I'm certain Jar was fat. Probably. Hey, don't insult trains. I mean, I like trains too. I watched one video about combining the train hobby with Warhammer, and I went, maybe I should spend more money. But then I stopped myself. Jar claims he goes to the gym regularly. I don't believe him. I don't believe him at all. I don't believe him. He wouldn't be fucking so stupid, okay? He would, like, get some, like... He would become more zen if he did that. He'd stop getting in calls with random internet strangers, okay? It's tied to his crazy religious background and probably an eating disorder. It's also alleged that his girlfriend told him to address the fart claims. It would be... Jar, honey, I'm gonna leave you unless you tell everybody that you're not into farts. I know that I Dutch ovened you last Wednesday, but I can't have you talking about that. I work a real job. You'd probably be able to sleep if you went to the gym. Yes! Dude, Jar's going to the gym and he's rocking out quarter reps of bench. It's like 0, 0, 0, 0. I need to know what you think Jar's deadlift PR is. Looking at that one image of him that's on Wikitubia, I believe that Jar's deadlift PR is like 65. It's like 210s, like the bumper plates on each end, and he's just doing that. Because his build on that image, I know it's an old image, but I don't even think he's the kind of guy who would learn form. I feel like Jar thinks he's so smart that he wouldn't learn the proper form to do a deadlift, okay? His PR has never tried. I feel like he's definitely one of the cardio girlies. He's a cardio girly for sure. He's definitely a walk on the treadmill for 40 minutes and then go home kind of guy. You know? Maybe a 2 on the incline max, okay? Speed maximum, maybe 3, like a light brisk walk. And you can see that his ASICs are really putting into work on that treadmill. He don't even got the riz for the Skechers, bro, okay? What's your PR, Jar? I've never been to Puerto Rico. Oh my god. I asked him later, blah, 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 because of fat phobic and makes fun of her. He claims he is trying to help her, but that's not help. I have enough reason to believe he knew his editor, Josh, was grooming kids, and that combined with his constant jokes about minors and EDP doesn't make him look good. I don't think Jar was ever complicit in any of the ridiculous shit. I feel like Jar, though, I don't know. I feel like he would deliberately put on blinders if he felt something was going on, though, which is a little different. I think that's a pretty outrageous claim. Every time his girlfriend was brought up in conversation, he went on and on about how she was small and thin and petite, and claimed his parents said not to take her out in public because she looked like a kid. Oh my god. Okay. Now I hazard a lot of I have a lot of skepticism towards what Rot was talking about here. For many a reason that we will discuss as we go through this. It looks so bad from all the digging I have done on what yeah. I do know that Jar would talk about how small and thin his girlfriend is. Also, another thing, I don't know, he imposes his like view of what a woman should look like way too hard on the women in his life, if that's the case. Uh, he claims his girlfriend is 25, but when I asked if he had ever seen her ID, he stammered and looked a bit and took a bit before saying yes. Are you fucking kidding me? Here's another thing. I don't think Jar has met his girlfriend before, but I will corroborate with Beckett on whether or not any of that about the girlfriend is real or not, because I don't know.
Dreadlock was Jar's child bride the entire time.
I'm skeptical. He claims he's actually going to therapy, but is afraid people will make fun of him or won't believe him. I don't believe him. I don't believe him if that's what you wanted to know. I wouldn't even, he probably isn't even going to therapy. He probably isn't. Like, why? I don't know. I guess you get therapy, but like, I don't really, it's not really any of our business what you do with that, Jar, personally.
Correct, he would talk about how women should look during my campaign.
Is this about that D&D campaign that's brought up later in this was hold on, pause. Was this was related? Yeah, playing D&D with Jar sounds like a fucking nightmare. I'm literally being It was never again. He claims to be going to actual therapy, blah, blah, blah. I later convinced him in DMs, letting me include him admitting that he's going to therapy in the call. So that's in there. However, later on, he talked about doing therapy with an AI. So take that how you will. Dude, I don't know if you guys have ever done like character AI chats, right? But like when you talk to character AI, it's literally like always going with the bit. AI seems to just like enable people's bad habits over and over. I could also believe that Jar is talking to the Jaden Animations AI as a way for him to cope. Also, I just found out he blatantly lied to me about a fucking D&D game. If he's willing to lie to me about something so stupid, so fucking minor and unimportant in the grand scheme of things, so fucking minor and unimportant in the grand scheme of things, I can't trust anything he said to me. So like, go ahead, tear me apart for being stupid and trying to give him a charitable interview. I stand by everything I said in it and would be charitable again. But I'm sure as shit not adding my personal commentary on anything like this in the future.
The squats had an armored train in Epic 40k.
I do know about that. I think that should come back for sure. But be shared again, but I'm sure shit not adding my personal commentary to anything like this in the future. Do with him what you will. You were out of your depth. You were out of your depth. I understand being charitable to people, but you kind of build up a understanding of people's charitability or not over a period of time, and whether or not you should be charitable to them. I think this was her first interview. Yeah. I think the real issue is that some of this call has gone missing. Okay. This is a 2-hour recording, but the original recording was much longer from what I hear. And the issue is that it's almost serendipitously gone missing. In a way that seems not good, in my opinion. It's just why is it not in here? Yeah, it was originally 6 hours. This call is 2 hours for, yeah. The OG call was 6 hours.
Interested in hearing.
But I feel like some of it was taken out because some of the charitability went a little too far to apologia. You know what I mean?
Your opinion about, and you do recall
Okay, we're
the
gonna need to
Akumu
speed this up.
situation and like what he was going through with the kind of like gang stalking that was going on with him, right?
Right.
Do you?
It was a bad idea to do a first interview on a hot topic like Jar. It just invites too many eyes that will not be forgiving towards mistakes. You need to like literally spend. I want to fucking do a video on Jar, right? But as I'm kind of like going through like the writing process of it, and I'm like, fuck, this guy has a lot of history, right? And not a lot of it is public. So it's like you got to spend a lot of time connecting all these dots and figuring out like what this guy's personal history is. And it's just like really difficult to like connect all these dots. So you to be a master in an interview, you should know about the person you're talking to, right? When I go into calls with people and it's like an interview or like a debate type thing, I always have a document with information on it that I can refer to, so that way I know what to do. I also keep a lot of like I have tone resetter like questions, right? So things to like raise the stakes and then lower the stakes and raise the stakes and lower the stakes to try and control the tension and emotions in the conversation. First 50 minutes is a lot of setup of past interactions with the ACC because Rot wanted to do a Jar retrospective, much like Himpleton did. That's what take of that what it is. Okay.
Remember the
people are trying to use him as a career starter. Jar is not a career starter. 100%. I would never start my career with Jar. If I was restarting this from the beginning, I would do dramas that are already said and done and not somehow still going. By the way, the only person that's making this keep going is Jar, right? Jar is the only person that is making this keep going. Jar is literally like the dust is settled and this guy keeps kicking it up and then he's wondering why it got in his eyes. And it's like, bro, you're the reason it got in your eyes. Like it's almost like he has no self-preservation. Like this unironically is the most important Jar has ever been in Jar's career.
Servers specifically for like documenting Akumu and like gathering information on him.
Let him continue free content. He'll do it either way, right? But it's just like it's so like just from a self-preservation perspective.
Did you ever feel like that would happen to you?
Yeah. But I don't think those were used specifically to follow him as an individual. I think they were made and they started to be about him as time went on.
Okay, I'm not really familiar with like the full timeline of that. I just know that he was aware of them doing that.
Well, they're talking about him in the Discord. What I'm saying is they're talking about him in the Discord, but they didn't like create that Discord specifically to talk about him, if that makes sense.
You might be right about that. I honestly don't remember. Off the top of my head, I don't have like the video or anything open in front of me. Did you ever have a moment where you felt like that was happening to you?
Yeah, I've been shown stuff. I've been shown Peaches, Lio, Harley, and Seth.
This just supports my theory that Jar only allows to be interviewed by people he knows don't know how to debate. Well, it's like that's why I find it so funny that he got in a call with Himpleton, because it's like anybody who's familiar with the history knows that if you get in a call with Himpleton, other people are going to find out about it, right? Because Himpleton had been in like pretty serious drama and had like a crash out and all this like crazy shit, right? But it's like I want to see Jar sit down. Like Jar sat down with Chud and he got taken to task over it, right? So Jar's not going to sit down with people who are going to take him to task. He's just not, because he realizes it's going to put him at too much risk. But it doesn't fucking matter either way.
The programmer, even though he's not MACC at all, he's not even a commentator, saying not so nice things behind my back, and especially now in Lio's Discord, a lot of them are talking about me.
They talked for like 3 hours before this so he could know her. Like, what the fuck does that mean? I mean, I have calls with people I'm interviewing to make them feel comfortable so that way they're willing to share information with me. But like, I am always going in with the intention that like, this is something I'm getting out of you, you're getting out of me. Like, it's always like a back and forth like that, right? But I think a lot of people, if you're not like seasoned with that, you'll allow yourself to be taken up with the story and either care too much about the person or feel that your judgment is clouded by it. So it's hard, and it's a thin line that you got to run.
But it's whatever. Like, everybody talks shit behind everyone's backs. And obviously what happened to Akumu was far more vitriolic, if I'm using that term correctly. I feel bad for him for what he had to deal with when it came to those people. Bro did not deserve that. Yeah, what he went through, not a fun thing to go through, and yeah, even before, like, on my old persona, they went after me for, on, like, Google Plus accounts because Discord...
All right, sorry, I'm going to have to pause you there. They, as in, like, a tangential they, or they as an ACC?
Technically DeviantArt ranting community, but they
Right.
kind of became...
Oh my god. Oh my god. The DeviantArt ranting community. Oh my god. I find this really, really funny as like a conceptual idea, right? The DeviantArt ranting community. It reminds me, I've told this story before, but in college, I had a roommate who would pace for 8 hours a day on days that he didn't have classes. And when I mean pace, I mean he would be stomping like full-footed. By the way, we'd also be home in the room, and we lived in like houses, right, at my old campus. And he would pace back and forth between the kitchen and his room, slamming the door each time, and it was constant. It was ridiculous. It was driving me fucking insane. His name was John, and John had a DeviantArt account, and one time Jar left for not Jar. They feel like the same person, okay? It feels like the same person. John left for class one day, and he left his laptop there. I did this with two of my roommates, by the way, which is fucked up, right? Because I went through another one of my roommates' diaries because he was really scary and weird. But this guy left his laptop there, and I found out that he had his DeviantArt was open. And he had a DeviantArt. So I wrote down his DeviantArt name. Are you telling the story of the Transformers guy? Yes. So I wrote down his DeviantArt name, and then I went and I looked up his DeviantArt, and it was filled with Transformers stuff. Okay? And it was filled with Transformers porn and like tons of it. Okay? RC was doing things. She was doing things. There was a lot of things happening. God forbid men have hobbies. Well, for some reason, right? That guy pacing back and forth and the Transformers reminds me of Jar, right? And the DeviantArt ranting community, it's just it feels so close to home, you know? I will also say John was also jerked off one day while we were all in the room. That was weird. But, you know, I'm sure he's doing fine these days.
Well, let's kind of like stick to like what the ACC, like, did the ACC ever make you feel like they were documenting you as a person?
Sometimes.
Were there ever points where people sent you messages or any kind of proof to like validate that paranoia that you might have had at that moment?
Yeah, sometimes people would show me it. I know Peaches showed me some stuff from her computer, but she never sent me screenshots even when I asked for them. But I never really Junkie especially, like Junkie, I tried to talk things out with him, and like right after...
You can't just say that a roommate was jerked off in a room you're in. You can't say that. I mean, he did, like, he was like under his quilt, right? And it was like you could tell what activity was going on in there. But he didn't blink. His eyes were open. He was definitely yorking it.
I left. He was like saying that I always talked about weird race topics with him all the time. And then that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to talk about this motherfucker. And then I made my video on him.
I didn't follow Junkie that closely when I was, when all that stuff was going on. I don't really know that much about him.
I mean, did you just let him kind of? Well, we were like 19. We didn't know what to say. So we just like walked out of the room and then we stared at each other and then we went, is he jerking off in there? And we just stayed outside and let him finish.
It's not that important. He's kind of irrelevant, especially now.
You sure you ain't living in a military barracks?
I mean, I'll go look into him later to see if like he can help add to my timeline. Was there ever a point where you felt like, was there ever a point when you felt validated in the feeling, either through actual substantial proof or not?
I gotta be honest, I don't really know what's happening in the interview right now. I don't know ACC lore like that. I've almost prided myself on the fact that I constantly keep ignoring what the fuck all this like stupid shit is. It's all like fucking bullshit. Completely pointless bullshit that makes no sense whatsoever.
That they were planning on targeting you specifically, similar to the way...
At least you let him finish. Well, it's like you let him finish because it's like we're in that room most days together all the time. So we're just like, fuck it, just let him fucking finish.
They did with Akumu.
Well, I saw what happened when I made let me think here for a second. So what happened when I made the video on when my drama started, the how many things they said about me in regards to VidCon, and I was like, yeah, I thought they were going to wait to use this stuff on me, and now they did, so I felt validated in that, but
so
it's whatever.
You say that they were saying a lot of stuff about you in VidCon. I personally remember through the timeline that the only time anything about you was said about VidCon was through a Ponder Sprocket video, and she did not mention you by name. Were there...
I remember they brought it up in... apparently, I've been told this, I don't know if this is true, they apparently had an entire support group about me, and they were talking about me privately.
Dude, they had a group chat where they were talking about Jar privately. God forbid. The girlies are getting together and talking about how much of a freaky guy you are and how weird you are. And you're like, are you fucking kidding me? Not the girly group chat, no.
And they were keeping me, I even said this, they kept me anonymous until my drama happened. I said that specifically.
Okay. I just wanted to like clear that up. So it wasn't publicly that they were saying these things.
The girls just had a meetup GC for VidCon. Yeah, it was just a fucking group chat. It was just a fucking group chat.
No. Most people who talk about me say it privately.
Did you ever...
I would totally... If I was in a group chat with people and we were all going to VidCon together and we were like, don't let Jar in the house, I would have renamed the group chat Victims of Jar myself, okay? Because that would have been funny, all right? Because who hasn't been in a group chat with people and then you renamed a group chat something fucking horrendous that's happening in the group chat?
Receive proof that they were talking about you privately? Like when it was going on, not like after the fact?
Well, I wasn't really looking into it all that much. It's hard for me to collect proof sometimes. It wasn't really my main focus. I was paranoid about it, but I didn't really act upon that paranoia all that much. Okay. I would just like ask, like I would be like, "Hey, are you planning something on me?" And then they would freak out, like, "What? You're so paranoid." And it's like, "Okay, listen, you might be completely innocent, but the way you're reacting isn't great."
And them reacting that way, like, and accusing you of being paranoid, only like cemented your paranoia. Is that correct?
Kind of, but not. Okay, in a way, yes, but in another way, no. Because like in any other community, it would cement it. But in this community, I'm like, these people are so fucking autistic that it's hard to tell.
Dude, the inmates are running the asylum, dude. It's talking from a position as a professional. Oh my god. Jar was, by the way, actively looking for ACC women at VidCon and found only one by accident, Ponder Sprocket. And Ponder spent the whole VidCon helping hide the ACC girlies from Jar. Well, you know, Persephone, it's not like he has a gun or anything. What is he gonna do? Trap him and put him in his trunk? He wouldn't do that. He's a nice guy.
Like, when they say something that from anyone else would have sounded suspicious, when they say it, I'm just thinking, I can't tell if I should be suspicious of their actions or they're just being retarded.
Okay. So it wasn't until after the fact when they admitted that they did have a group chat for VidCon
He doesn't even own a car, probably. Jar is definitely a passenger princess.
that you felt like they were that you did you feel let me rephrase this. Did you feel validated in the way you felt when you found out that they did have a group chat?
Oh yeah, totally.
Dude, I'm sorry. That's a really bad question. That is such a bad question. That is such a bad question. I can't even begin to fathom why the fuck you would ask that question. Because it's literally just being like, oh, when you found out the women had a group chat without you, you felt like they were talking shit about you. It's like, it's just like, do you... I can't. I wouldn't even ask that. I wouldn't even... One, of course he felt validated. Two, who cares, right? But then, like, three, I wouldn't give him any, like, inch for this, right? Because Rot, I don't know your pronouns, but you sound female presenting, right? So I'm going to use she, her. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. But it's just like, it sounds like you're familiar with the concept of a girly group chat. A girly group chat is not dedicated to the sole hating of Jar. However, I would not be surprised if Jar came up in conversations in a girly group chat, and it is completely fine for that to happen. In fact, I think it's great if women are talking to each other and saying, stay away from that creepy fucking weirdo. He's creepy and weird, okay? Because they're looking out for each other. And that's fucking fine and normal and should be encouraged.
All right, well, let's put a pin in that for a moment because I wanted to ask you, how did you first meet the ACC? Kind of like, give me like a little mental image there.
Dude, it's the day he walked into his first day stepping on the short bus.
Well, they were kind of more so the DeviantArt ranting community back then when I first met them. But essentially what happened was I was a big fan of a YouTuber called I Hate Everything. I'm sure you must have heard of.
She said using my mommy voice a lot. We're just gonna keep litigating the MILF discourse forever, huh?
Of him.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, and I really liked his content. His videos were pretty good. And I saw his I Hate DeviantArt video and I really enjoyed it, so I joined DeviantArt. And I came across this YouTuber named Sonic93 and found out about that whole community. And I was interested to look into it, and then I saw them bullying a 14-year-old autistic girl. I stepped in, tried to defuse the situation. It blew up in my face. Eventually, she left the internet, and they came after me. So
sorry, let me pause you there for a second. How old were you at that time?
Sonic 93, guys. Sonic 93 showed up.
18.
Okay.
Freshly out
freshly
of
18.
Yeah, freshly 18. It was like right when I got to actually go online because
Freshly 18, dude. This was isn't Jar in his mid 30s? When was this? Was it fucking like this is like a million years ago.
I'm homeschooled, isolated all my life, so this was kind of my first interaction with the outside world. After that, shit happens. I restart my YouTube persona over. I actually had the robot filter. Part of the reason, there's many reasons why I use the robot filter, but one of them was so they didn't find me again, because like I was so scared of them. So, eventually,
Jar was very afraid of Sonic 93, guys.
If you don't mind me kind of like backing up a little bit, can you explain like the situation with the 14-year-old girl?
What? What is that? What is this? What is this?
If you don't mind.
Oh sure, yeah, she was autistic. She was.
Oh my God. Can you explain the situation with the 14-year-old girl? She was autistic. You listen. One of the things I people will tell stories online and they give unnecessary detail rather than just saying what happened, the plot line, right? So it's like it's never I woke up in the morning. It's always it was the summer of 95 and the spring dew in the morning was very yada yada, right? And it's just like what's the autistic part have anything to do?
Saying homophobic stuff, but I felt like it was more from a place of ignorance, not malice. And sometimes when someone is that isolated because she was homeschooled like me, I thought, oh, she just needs to be explained why it's wrong. And I did that, but they kept on going after her. And it's this 14-year-old girl literally being attacked by some people who were nearly 40 at the time. Most of them were under the age of 18, but some of them were like above the age of 40. And I thought this was ridiculous. And eventually, she sent people death threats. She got bombarded with so much hate and so many false flags or what have you.
Okay, okay. All right. Oh my god. Dead Air Diesel. I just want to make sure that I don't show something I'm not supposed to. That's really it. You want to hear me using the mom voice on Jar? Dude, nobody ever wants to use the mom voice on me, man. What is this? Oh, girl. Honey. I'll be giving that out for free. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, I think I destroyed a man. And I didn't even use my feminine wiles. Whenever it's dude, every time you know, if it wasn't for the op block stealing my community. But it's just like every time I see somebody who's like a viewer and they have like a moment that's like not good, every time it's somebody who watches me, it's always like gooning or sex related. I'm just, guys, stop, please. Like we had the jerk off incident. We had Nani, and Nani, you have no idea the things I didn't share about Nani, but it was gooning related. But it's just like Rob was in our community first, you fuck. God, listen. This is the DGG, okay? All right, the Diesel gamer group zone, all right? But every time it's somebody who's anywhere related to me, it's always like gooning. Yeah, the Diesel gamer goon. DGG Diesel gamer goon. Diesel gooner group. Diesel gooner group. Oh. Every time somebody gets ousted from the DGG, I'm sure that won't cause confusion for anybody in the future. But I'm co-opting it since Destiny is over. Serendipitously, he's also over because of his gooning. But
apparently people Jar has touched wound up at Falgi's.
Dude, Falgi's becoming like an ACCA logger, though, you know? The new DGG Diesel Gooner gang.
That she lost her account, and then they came after me. After that, I restarted my YouTube persona, and then yeah.
I don't mean to keep like asking you to backtrack, but more specifically, I would like.
Diesel, I'm literally ace and avoidant of sex, but I can't help talking about talking goon in this chat. It's you, dude. Well, the thing is that I have never once encouraged jerking off in a public setting. I have never once ever said, use your feminine wiles to convince this stupid idiot on the internet to do something.
To hear how you defended her and how they were coming after you specifically, if you don't mind
All right.
going through that.
All right, I'll try my best, but you need to understand this was over a decade ago,
Certainly.
and like
This is decade-old drama, dude. I don't care.
basically, I made a video saying like we all make mistakes. She's 14, give her a chance to change and stuff like that. I told her like, hey, you should like apologize for this, and then that's when I learned these people are kind of crazy with how much they will go after someone. And after that, they came at me, and I realized just why she acted the way she did towards these people, because they doxed me.
Domain expansion, expert gooning.
Threatening to call the police
Oh,
on me.
God.
Twice they accused me of not exactly murder, but they called it like, even if their accusation was correct, it's technically not murder, but they called it murder, so I'm calling it murder.
Dude, it's not like Jar has a gun. It's not like he's killed people or anything. What are you talking about, Diesel? You talk about gooning constantly. You goon, we goon, everyone goons.
Yeah, they said I pushed two people who I've never spoken to into committing self-deletion.
Yeah, self-harm.
Okay, I love the idea and concept of Jar still using influencer speak in a call like this, right? Jar saying self-deletion instead of suicide is fucking outrageous.
No.
Oh,
KYSing.
actually killing themselves? Okay.
Yeah, and I want to make this clear. I didn't even know about these people's existence until they told me. And
Okay.
I restarted my YouTube persona and got into a drama with Doodle Tones by complete accident over Pokemon.
You know, I didn't realize this until recently, and I started making jokes about it or stealing memes from Cloudy, who would send it to me. But you know, like the fucking like images of Jar, where it's like, hold on, let me try and find them. But it's like pictures of Jar, and it's not Jar. It's like the image of Jar is literally just like a royalty-free picture of a robot, right? Like his OC is literally just that. It's somewhere in here. I downloaded one of them. I know I posted the video. I can't find it. I'm literally L streamer right now. I'm literally L streamer. I'll just go on my Twitter because I'm cool like that. It's iRobot the movie. Yeah, but it's a little different than an iRobot robot, right? It's like just different enough. Right? Oh my god. I saw this at a thrift store. Right? Like that's literally Jar, dude. Shutterstock robot. He's literally Shutterstock robot. I didn't buy it, chat. I'm dumb. But this one is really weird. This one's really alarming. Cloudy apparently saw this in real life. I don't even...
And I got like really scared and paranoid that these people found me again. Turns out they didn't. Doodle Tones was just making a video on me, thinking I was just some generic YouTuber.
Yeah, that stuff I'm familiar with. And one more time, this is going to be the last time I go back to the subject, because I kind of just want to pick your brain about it. But you said that the DeviantArt people were trying to call the police on you. What was their reasoning behind that? Do you remember?
I think it was because I allegedly murdered someone and I was a threat to people.
Literally just iRobot looking. Yeah, I know. It's wild. Someone should send a carnival thing. I actually posted that on Twitter. I'll post it again. Or I'll go pull it up because it was on my Twitter. I have seen the glory on the cleansing of YouTube. Right? Dude, I can't believe how close this is to Jar's design. Okay? It is honestly kind of amazing. I don't know why it's singing in that language, dude. That's definitely Jar singing that song, right? That's the song. It's like, I have seen the glory of the cleansing of YouTube. Oh my god, dude, he's real.
On the internet, they were really autistic. You need to understand, and
Oh, yeah,
I
no,
was
I-
really autistic and isolated. So like, I actually thought they were serious, like seriously trying to take me down off the internet and get me arrested.
Well, did they ever like accuse you of like pedophilia or having like a romantic relationship with this 14-year-old?
Oh yeah, of course they did. In fact, that was the first accusation. They referred to her as my precious princess, and it made me very uncomfortable.
Did you ever have any kind of like romantic feelings for her?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Did you
Well, that's a very definitive statement from Jar. There we go.
ever think that it would be a possibility?
Nope.
Okay.
I see what Rod's trying to do here, but you haven't really set up the level of trust required to get an answer like that, even if that is true in any reality. I'm not inclined to believe it's true, by the way, but yeah, you just were never gonna get that answer.
I'm not like trying to accuse you of anything, and like, if you want me to cut this whole section out of the recording completely, I will.
I'm fine if you want to leave it in. It's no skin off my back. You're just asking me questions. I would rather have you ask me questions than to just assume I'm attracted to 14-year-olds.
Well, it's less of a you being attracted to 14-year-olds. It's more of like kind of like
Nobody,
coming from an
my
insult
3-year-old niece singing in a toy auto-tune mic.
kind of environment.
I hear what you're saying, but
Jar calls from now on just need to bully him. Yeah, if I got in a call with Jar, it would just be me mocking him endlessly.
I didn't have any romantic interest in her whatsoever.
Okay. Personally, it sounds like you're being honest. I don't really have.
Listen, here's another thing. Don't unless you're trying to build like a social rapport, don't be like this part of the conversation. I wouldn't have ever said this.
Any reason to think you're lying to me, so this is not really like a major thing. And I'm kind of building a like profile of who you are as a person from the kind of environment you came from. Does that make sense? Okay, so
That makes sense.
let's go ahead and move on then. So doodle tones, your first interactions with doodle tones.
She was bigger than me. I remember that. Like, she had a bigger channel than mine, and
Dude, it's 1.5 times and it's still slow.
on my paranoia. Like, I want to make this clear. I have paranoid like thoughts. I just don't normally act upon them.
Mhm.
Man, this whole paranoia thing, dude.
And I thought she might have been with the group who went after me a long time ago, but then I realized pretty early on that she wasn't. But the thing that confused me was, like, I knew what it felt like to have everybody bash you and be mean to you and not like you. Like, I've dealt with that. So I didn't want to put...
Guys, all these things keep happening to me, and I keep ending up in all this drama. But it's actually everybody else who's wrong.
her through that. So when I responded and she like said, like, hey, let's end this, like, let's
Why am I still getting hate?
sorry or whatever, I was like, you know what, I agree with her, let's both stop talking about this.
1,000 years of Jar content, Morty. 9 more seasons, Morty. 1,000 years, Morty. 1,000 years of Jar content, Morty.
And then she kept on talking about it along with her friends, and I got annoyed. I felt ganged up on, even though she had the bigger channel. So I responded to her and all of her friends, and they got really mad, saying that I was reviving the drama, even though I literally only responded because she was talking about it. And I thought that, and it went on for a little bit longer, but then Mr. Medicare came in, and, you know, they all ignored me to talk about the Mr. Medicare situation.
Right.
Dude, this is a really just a funny crossover moment, right? Where I know Fauci said this on his stream, but like this is an alternate reality where Medicare didn't save Jar's ass.
So here's a phrase that I've seen come up quite a lot in my research on you, and not just from you, surprisingly, or maybe unsurprisingly, but the phrase, you're reviving the drama.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Well, more particularly, there were times when it felt like you were bringing up things that seem to be dead.
See, it's reviving the drama, and it's annoying when somebody else does it. But when it's Jar doing it, he's just asking questions, guys. He's just asking questions. Dude, Jar would fit in so well amongst flat earthers, you know? He's not saying the earth is flat. He's just asking questions.
Buried or resolved in
Everybody else, though, very
some
disingenuous.
way that you didn't necessarily need to bring up again, because it seemed like the situation was resolved between the parties, but you brought it up to use as an example. But then there were other times when you would bring up things that I personally felt like it was valid to bring up again, and when these people said, you're reviving the drama, they were the ones trying to bury it for reasons I don't think were very valid.
Well, sure, I've had to have at least revived the quote-unquote drama once myself. I can't be...
Fuck you. You revive the drama all the time, you fucking stupid idiot. God. Dude, you must work at a rake factory all the times you step on them, man.
I don't think I'm completely blameless in anything I've ever done. I
Right.
wish you would give me an example.
So-
of...
You are guilty of everything you have ever done, ever. I saw Jar there. He was there on the grassy knoll the day JFK got shot.
I did so.
Let me think of a good example. Like, I think that you and the doodle tone stuff, since it was kind of a water under the bridge kind of situation, you bringing it up again, I can understand the frustrations with that. But at the same time,
like, yeah, with the doodle tones thing, we both agreed to stop talking about it. She made like 2 more videos on it, mentioned it in a 3rd video, and then I was like, okay, and her friends made videos on me, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna talk about this now.
You see, her friends made videos. Isn't Doodle Tones like a diaper person or something? Right? I have like a vague memory of that.
did notice that you had a issue with
Tumos Boss.
what's his name? Tumos Boss.
Yeah.
And there were times that I felt like it could have just, you know, been laid down and not brought up again.
I offered him
Diaper fetish freak. Yeah, the diaper fetish.
to join me in VC to talk things out a handful of times. And then he would, like, if you think I talked about it too much, oh boy, like he was making videos on it on and off again for like 5 years straight without me saying anything. And it only was like recently I was like, okay, I'm going to talk about him again because I got so annoyed because he started calling me a pedo because I made a short about EDP, and he somehow thought he thought I was like making a video on how pedophiles could get away with what they do, even though like EDP could only, even though this clip was in a much longer video that got over 100K views and no one had an issue with it. But he was like, first he called me a pedophile, then he said I might be a pedophile, then he said I was a pedophile, then he said I foster a community of pedophiles, and then he kept on accusing me of all this stuff. And the dude has admitted that he has tried to delete my channel before. He said he would call up YouTube every single day until my channel, if
I don't even know who this is.
call up YouTube every day until my channel was deleted. Like,
Okay.
yeah, and like
So
I
it
want to be
does
clear,
seem like a
I-
back and forth between the two. Yeah.
But I ignored him for 5 years straight, like 5 years. Like between the last 2 videos, it's a 5-year time skip, and I
Time skip. Jar, I feel like Jar views his life like an anime. You know, I feel like he thinks his life is a video game. The way I can't.
he kept on making video after video. I think the guy
Then keep ignoring him. It's not that hard, bro. Yeah.
has to have made 1,000 videos on me by now, and I'm just like, dude, chill.
So I haven't actually gone through and watched his videos specifically, like his responses. Once again, I'm not like accusing you of lying or anything. It's just I personally like to hear both sides of it before I make like an actual judgment call. But there were times when I felt like you said things that might have been antagonistic.
The day my life became an anime. I like how you said the white Jar as like you specified that. The sheer caucasity of Jar, dude.
in a way.
Well, if you would give me an example, I'd love to hear it.
There's
Sorry
literally
that came
been.
Sorry
Well,
if that came across as hostile.
no. I don't think it was hostile. You've actually been very, very polite with me. See, I can't really remember word for word because I've actually genuinely been like binge watching so much of your content
Write it out. Write it out.
that it
Spoctor?
started to blur together.
Spoctor?
What about Spoctor?
I'm naming them to try to help you jog your memory.
No.
Creepshow?
It was specifically the Too Mad with the Too Mad thing.
Too bad. Too bad.
There were some too mad. Why the fuck did I just say too mad?
It happens. 0 days without Too Mad mention. I think I actually have mentioned Too Mad on every stream, dude. You could literally make a compilation of me talking about Too Mad every day, every time I stream.
Too mad.
Because I've been thinking about Too Mad, okay? I've been thinking about making a video on Too Mad.
Made a video on
Tumas Boss, or whatever his name is. There were some times in some of the videos that you made on him that it sounded, in my opinion, and I do not remember the exact wording, that you said things that seemed antagonistic to me, and I could see how...
If you're responding to a guy who's made drama about you in a video, of course it's going to be antagonistic. Like, those two things are directly opposing one another.
A viewer would interpret those things as being antagonistic.
A lot of people told me, especially near the first half of it, that I was like way too patient with the guy. Like, I thought I was being like really patient with him, all things considered. I even tried to sit down and talk things out.
Yeah, don't bring up things he said without a clip or a quote. Yeah.
With him, because to this day he doesn't understand the very first point I made against him. And I told him on Twitter, I think, we're going to talk, like, I have a lot of questions for you. And he immediately said, no, we're not doing the call. You can ask me those questions through text. And I said, no, I can't. You always twist what I say and what everybody else says. And then he decided, like years later, that I wanted a call with him to apologize to him. And he refused to join the call because he doesn't want to accept an apology from me. And I was like, that never happened. And the guy legitimately thinks that almost every single hate comment he's gotten over the last 5 years is from my fan base. Now, I'm sure a lot of them came from my fan base, but not all of them. And yeah, even now he's still talking about me. And
so, I don't mean to like cut you off. I just feel like I'm probably not going to be using this this 2 months boss stuff in my video, but you brought up a really good thing that I wanted to personally show you. When I was going through,
This is something I told Rot I disagreed with her on. Jar can respond to whomever he wants to. What people focused on was how he acted behind the scenes and how he knows his fans, where his fans were. Yeah.
Through a lot of different videos of yours and videos that other people had either responded to you or talked to you, or videos that you've done.
Yeah, Jar can make a video on whatever, talk about whatever, right? But it's like doing things behind the scenes is like completely different, right?
People, I did actually see in the comments section what I could personally interpret as audience brigading.
Dude, the thing is like a YouTuber will say, hey guys, don't go harass this person, right? But you can only say that so much before some fucking Tom, Dick, and Harrys are gonna do it, right? So it's like, dude, like, I just don't for the sake of my sanity, but like morons will do it anyway, so it's not really on Jar. Like, if Jar was in a video and he was like, guys, go to Tumas's boss video and tell him that he is cringe in the comments down below, like, that's different, right? You'll get in trouble for that, right? But if it's just like you make a video and then randoms go over and they say something, that like you're not in control of those people.
Would you like to see some of those comments?
Oh, sure. I hope this doesn't come across as hostile, but this is for almost every single YouTuber who has a decent following. Yeah, am I supposed to block these people or say
No.
don't defend me ever? I'm trying.
Yeah, like what is Jar supposed to do? There's no level of responsibility that he could take that would be reasonable enough. Like, you're trying to get like a gotcha here, Rod, and it's just like, this is not it, right? Because it's not going to matter. And you've definitely been around in these spaces, so you know exactly what like the level of like asking for is.
I'll show you the last one, and I'm going to read it to you. And this is more of a situation of like, and yeah, you're absolutely correct in saying that other large YouTubers have...
Dude, she's so out of her depth in this. Holy shit. However, in Jar's case, as fans would brigade and use it as leverage against O'Malley. However, that isn't brought up in this call. However, in Jar's case, he knew his fans would brigade. Okay.
Followers that go over to people that they...
I'm sure Jar likes it when his fans defend him in other people's comments, right? Because Jar's the type of guy who wants to control the narrative, right? So he would be happy if those things happened, but then like... Also, it's kind of ridiculous because you can't say in every situation that he is responsible for the actions of other people.
Criticize and leave these kinds of comments.
I don't want to see the videos. Like, I'm sure responded.
Yeah, Jar openly talks about how his fan base is toxic. Unsurprising. Yeah. Who knew a bunch of culture war fucking Andes are like super toxic and annoying?
It to second channel, hoping it gets them less hate. And now I'm trying not to respond to people because I realize that creates more issues. But I've
Yeah, it creates more issues because you keep sticking your foot in your mouth and doing stupid stuff.
tried to talk things.
I'm aware. I'm aware that you've tried. And this is
Yeah, Jar's content doesn't matter. What he posts on videos doesn't matter. I mean, you can say that in more ways than one, am I right? What matters is the reaction to the content posted on himself. He literally harassed Mally into a call because of a vid on him by another. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Jar's one of those people I feel that can really dish it out, but he really can't handle it at all. Like, he cracks very easily. He likes to be the guy in control, but he really isn't.
this isn't me trying to like make a gotcha or anything. This isn't
This
me
is totally what a gotcha is, by the way.
trying to like bombard you with like all this negativity or put you in like a bad state of mind.
This is totally a gotcha, and I think you should just own it and just say it, and then not even like say it's a gotcha, not even acknowledge that it is a gotcha. Just ask the question, keep moving.
It's personally upsetting for me to see things like this because in my mind, if I was a YouTuber and I saw my audience doing this, to any degree, it would be upsetting.
Jar just generally a big baby who can't handle vids made on him and will target whoever is weakest. Yeah, and cameoed in a video against him. Yeah. Like when I leaked the audio that he had sent to Cat. You notice how he didn't mention me at all, but he mentioned Cat. He felt Cat was weak. So he felt that he could respond to Cat. I mean, I'm editorializing and assuming his opinion there, right? But it's just how he acts, right? He didn't mention me at all. But I ripped him apart on Chud's stream.
I just want to make sure that you're aware that I personally saw a proportionally larger
Jar fears the brown man. Yeah, many such cases.
amount of audience brigading from your audience to other people.
This is not known. This is bad. This is a terrible line of questioning.
I don't believe I've ever encouraged this in a video. Like, yeah, go harass them. Like, I've never told my fans to do that. And I've told them not to a handful of times, especially recently. And this was part of the reasons why I was trying to like slowly step away from.
Is Jar the W word? What's the W word? Is that white? Is he cool whip?
Drama, because my fan base, like no matter what I did, like people would get harassed, and I was even thinking of.
I would have never covered Jar if it wasn't for the fact that he personally annoyed me about a small thing. Like, it's such a small aspect of it. But the only reason I'm interested in Jar is for completely like personal reasons that are already pretty much settled.
Like, if I did like a comment response video, that I shouldn't even show the profile names of the people who I'm responding to lower the chances of my fan base harassing them in any way.
That's good.
Dr. Doom level evading.
So you are aware that if somebody, because it was a claim that
This is so bad. Stop it. This line of questioning's terrible. Please. This is horrible. I'm watching you flounder through this. You're not that person.
I had seen a lot that people made that your audience would like brigade smaller YouTubers.
They totally do that though. That is definitely happening.
These are just a handful of situations, examples that I personally saw. So in my opinion, I could see
God damn, dude. Ugh.
why people would feel that way.
Feel what way?
That your audience would brigade people that you talked about. In watching your videos, you are correct in saying that you did not have any language that insinuated that you wanted your
I did find it funny that Jar was so bad in the Mally call that he had Dreadlock fight his battle and prefaced letting Dreadlock protect him with a "I will not silence a black man." I'm past Dr. Doom levels of hatred. I'm Yellow Flash levels. Dude, where it's like, it was me, Jar. I jerked you off.
your audience to target these people. So I believe you when you say that.
New moral quandary. Would you go back in time to stop Baby Jar from happening? If my if my, that's if we doing the kill baby Hitler thing, because I would just unplug freshly 18-year-old Jar's internet.
But the issue is, in a lot of these like drama situations.
Oh, Yellow Flash. I didn't even know it was. I thought the character's name was Yellow Flash. I didn't know it was Reverse Flash. Just the same way there's different colored lanterns.
Depending on how you, as a content creator, handle the situations, you can accidentally incite your audience to brigade. And one of the easiest ways to stop an audience from doing that is to just stop talking about them, or just not talk about them at all.
Well, the thing
For example,
that's this is stupid. This is so stupid. Oh my god. But Jar, I will say, in Rot's defense, Jar does invite it by constantly talking about people who are saying mean things about him, right? So Jar invites further relitigation of previous dramas because of that, okay?
In the new Only Plays AI character video, the Squidward AI sounds exactly like Jar, so I kept imagining it was Jar crashing out.
Dude, the Only Plays AI video is so funny.
I would go back in time and get with his mom.
You know what? That sounds like something I would say. That's a good one. That's a good one. I would do that.
I personally didn't think that you needed to say anything about No One Asked, the YouTuber No One Asked. I think that her criticisms were fine on their own. A lot of them were opinionated. I don't really think that she needed to be responded to if you felt like she was incorrect about the things that she was saying about you. So I did not feel like she needed it to be paid any mind.
I did it on my second channel, and
Yeah, but your audience watches both channels.
That is true, but like I did still significantly reduce the backlash she got, and I've seen.
Dude, Jar should just be like, yeah, man, I hate her. I did it because I didn't like them. Okay? Because like doing this whole I put it on my second channel because I was being conscious of how much damage I could cause is just such cope. Just be like, I hate them and I wanted to make a video and I didn't like what they said.
Plenty of people. I hate to use the but they did it too card, but like I've seen big YouTubers talk about little guys before. Like
guys, shout out little guys. Shout out to the little guys.
I mean,
and respond to small YouTubers. I've seen plenty of people do that.
Yeah, the term is punching down. Obviously some people aren't gonna like it if you punch down, but it's just like if you feel that what you're saying is like resonates well enough, then yeah, sure, go ahead and say it. The problem is that Jar, you do things based off of personal slights because you're an insecure little prissy prick.
I think if a claim is being made like, oh, just a robot raped a girl at this party I went to, I saw it happen, that's the kind of claim that I think you should make a video about.
If someone with no evidence comes forward and says something as outrageous as that, what you do is you go, no, it's fake, come on, and then you move on and don't even acknowledge it.
But if it's a less than 1,000 subscriber YouTuber who says, I think Just a Robot is racist.
This is a completely whack ass standard. This standard is really bad.
Because I am a black person and I am personally offended by these things.
I do think Jar is a racist, personally.
I don't think that person needs to be responded to, mainly because they have a right to put their opinions out there just as much as you do. And by
I'm not gonna
the only reason that Jar, you're responding because you were ass mad about it, right? You're not responding because you have anything good to say.
What do we do? Argue with you?
People need to stop interviewing Jar like they are trying to reform him. You aren't informing he of anything he knows. Treat him like the annoying pos he is. He complains about people being mean, but that's all he deserves.
Exactly, Axis. Cooking, yes.
Little guys mentioned.
So true, dude. So true. Well, we hit the goal, so that means it's time for it's time for fruit. Hold on.
Tag their video down.
Well,
or anything
I'm not
that.
like accusing you. My point is, when a smaller creator like that makes
If somebody makes a completely unsubstantiated claim at Jar should be like, that's stupid, and ignore it. And then at the most say, it's obviously fake, it's stupid, ignore it. All right, and then move the fuck on. If someone is just airing out their opinion in an educated and reasonable manner, and Jar gets ass mad about it, that's a different story, I think. Right? But it's like another thing if it's like Jar responding to their criticisms by giving criticisms as well. That's a different thing entirely as well.
those opinionated claims, they're allowed to feel that way. I think their videos should, be.
But I gotta be honest, if Jar's talking about interacting with a black woman on the internet, I would imagine that he would be less than charitable to their existence as a person. But that's just my personal feelings on it.
It's fine, and you're totally valid and feeling offended by that. But just know, there will be.
Honestly, I think somebody should mail Jar his wizard's robe. And I ain't talking magic wizard.
A lot of backlash towards that person. It's
I
just going
know.
to happen every time.
I
And
know,
I'm
that's why
sure
I've been
I'm sure you know well now. I just wanted to make sure to really drive this point home to you.
Yeah, that's why I've been doing what I can to minimize the backlash they get.
And
Shut up. Shut up. You don't like them. You don't like them and they're black, so you double don't like them. Fuck you, stupid fuck.
pick and choose your battles is always a good.
Pick and choose your battles. Yeah, I mean, dude, yeah, but Jar's bad at picking battles, so whatever. You know what Sun Tzu says, all right? When idiot do stupid thing, just let him continue doing stupid thing. I'm butchering that quote, but, you get the message.
A good motto to have in these kinds of situations as well.
Yeah, I know. I think I treated my channel.
We
like I
need to
was-
put this guy in the fart chamber again, all right? Somebody Dutch oven him right now, but, not in a good way.
I think I treated myself like I was still on the up and up, responding to people. At first I could ignore it. I was doing a great job on that. I don't know what happened. I guess one thing that did affect me was one of the problems I had when I first dealt with backlash was a lot of people were bringing up all the smaller videos on me and the smaller points they made and would say things like, why didn't Jar respond to this? Is he hiding something? And I kind of wanted to nip it in the butt right away. But now I can, now I realize I kind of wasted my time doing that, because even when I respond to a person.
The thing is that whenever you think somebody's responding to you, you always think it's the glupshido random bullshit garbage horse shit. All right, rather than anything reasonable or adult. And then when it is reasonable and adult, you fucking ignore it because you can't easily respond to that. Okay, you want to take nothing but fights that you can easily win. You're a fucking pussy. I don't know what to tell you.
And they even feel so.
Ross just letting him throw another pity party like this. This is not how you shake someone down. Well, I don't even know if Rot's intention was a shakedown, right? And I get it if you don't want to do a shakedown call, but we're past that point, all right? Jar, everything's been litigated about Jar. There's nothing left to Jar other than to be ridiculed and mocked for the moron piece of shit he is. And he should be mocked for it. We shouldn't be trying to rationalize or understand, because that point is gone. We understand all of his mental idiosyncrasies as much as you could on somebody. All right. I think the only thing missing is that I'm still a little iffy on his drug use. Okay?
embarrassed about their point, so they take their video down. They're going to wait until I'm in controversy to fucking re-upload it.
Yeah, I mean, and they have a right to. I think
Well,
the most
they-
important. Go
They
ahead.
do have the right to. They do have the legal right to. Absolutely. I just think it's kind of a cock move to be like, you did a video on me, and now I'm backing down, and now it's like, oh, now that you're getting canceled, I'm going to not like
Yeah, legal. Yeah, that's because he feels it's morally wrong that they put it back up.
not make it public again, like not clicking the it was private
Jar does drugs. Yeah, Jar has talked about doing coke and recreational Adderall before.
or it was unlisted, now it's public again thing. I mean, like completely re-upload it. I'm like, come on, that has to be a bitch move. If you give up, man. Like, wait till I
Honestly, you know what? If you put out a video on Jar and then you took it down because you were afraid of the hate, and now that it's open season on Jar, you put the video back up, go right the fuck ahead. I don't care. It's an easy one. You're just kicking a horse while it's down, right? You're kicking him while he's down. Go ahead.
am down, that's kind of a coward move in my book.
So I think the most important thing to take from this, and really what I'm trying to like impart on you, is that like you really should. I personally think, maybe not anymore. It doesn't seem anywhere near as common as it
Oh
was
my god.
then, but you definitely
If you do
If you did that, he would go Super Saiyan.
good, let him go Super Saiyan.
seem to have an issue with firing back at every single criticism that you ever had, whether it was valid criticism or not. And it
You
seems
fire he fires back on the easy stuff. That's it.
really cocky when you did it.
Who cares?
Would you agree with that or disagree?
I think I naturally come across as a cocky person through my
No.
accent. I just dealt with people like early on, like with Doodle Tones and her friends being bigger than me and coming at me, and then I rose from there. And I will agree with you. I shouldn't respond to like so many videos made on me.
Do not fart chamber Jar. That shouldn't be like the DBZ hyperbolic time chamber for him. Oh my
Because it does
god.
show that it does get to me. I'm trying to stop that, but I also didn't do that until very recently, and I was mostly just doing it on my second channel for a little bit of extra revenue on the side. Like, it wasn't a serious thing. Like, it was like just on the side channel, and I saw Rags doing that. Like,
Leo confirmed to me that Jar did have many a plug, and we were all doubtful that he gets his Adderall through legal means. Let's be real, he's abusing that too. Yeah.
that one dog guy Rags, he does these videos called Dog Bites where he responds to smaller people. So I thought, oh, okay, I can respond to smaller people if I do it on my second channel. That should be okay then. I
It's
just don't
more
like it
nuanced
that-
than that.
Yeah, why are we litigating this, Ryan? What are you doing?
You'd be so proud of your child, Falgi. He made many of the same comments when he reviewed this.
Really? I only watched like 5 minutes of the stream. Also, thank you, Philosopher. But yeah, I only watched like 5 minutes of the stream because I kind of want to raw dog it. But it's nice to know that my son is saying the same things, man.
It's
Nuanced.
definitely more nuanced than that, because the responses that Rags makes, I do think are, I won't say it's good to respond to every single person that he's responded to, but there were quite a few that I personally think were saying pretty ignorant things. And he had every right to reply to them, to respond to them.
Don't let Jar play
No, we
Overwatch.
should let him play Overwatch, actually, okay? We got to get him a plug on horse tranquilizers.
But I think
Yeah,
the most important thing here is that no one asked. For starters, her channel name is No One Asked. So right off the bat, her channel is very
I don't care. What is this, dude? Oh my god. I know you might personally have umbrage with Jar maybe being a racist. I do too, right? But this isn't how you get him. This isn't how you get him. What you need to do is get like a clip of Jar being like, I love saying the N-word. N-word, 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 right? You need that. You need Jar being like, I love being racist. You need Jar to just be like, N-word. I go hang out with the KKK, right? Like, I don't...
opinionated. And if I believe she uses she, her pronouns. I don't mean to misgender or anything, but it is a very opinionated channel where the creator makes very opinionated videos. And a lot of those videos are specifically from her experiences. So her videos on you were primarily, I am a black person and these things you said offended me personally.
Okay, and it's not gonna work on the internet anymore, all right? We can't... Listen, man, this isn't like we don't live in that world anymore, okay? You can be Amaranth and just say the Jews should have been relocated forcefully by the Nazis, man. I don't... You can just say these things now.
And here's why. When to
That's
me,
not how her video came across to me.
Dude, listen. Jar responded because she's a black woman. Simple. That's it. It goes no further than that. Jar just doesn't like minorities. Period. He doesn't like women. He doesn't like either of those things. It's that simple.
exactly what I was going to say. To me, it looks like to you, you lumped it in with every other racism allegation that you've ever had thrown at you.
Well,
So-
she did copy
Oh my god.
the work of Prisonate Luke, so it like used a lot of the exact same points I previously debunked.
Dude, you must... and what's so funny is that Jar hates so many of these people so much, they all live rent-free in his head. Listen, all the creators who said shit about Jar and completely browbeaten him since his cancellation, he thinks about them all the time. All of us live rent-free in Jar's head, okay?
Not all of them, but in ignorant points as well, like, oh, I'm gonna be honest here, you're probably the first person I've ever come across defending No One Asked, which I'm not sure, which is fair,
Now, I
Uh,
have criticisms of No One Asked. Of Noah. I do have criticisms of Noah. I'm not necessarily defending her as a black and white thing, like standing 10 toes down, as some people say. It's more of...
I also can't stand hearing the phrase 10 toes down now. I can't fucking stand hearing it. I can't stand hearing it. I don't want to hear it anymore. We're putting that phrase in the bin for all eternity.
in this particular situation with
It's the same thing with collusion and nuke there's so many these
particular videos, I do believe that I personally believe that you were in the wrong for the way you treated her. But also at the same time, I can see, since at the time you were being
okay, fine, 20 nukes now. Cabal's another one. Everybody was like, the Cabal is real. The Cabal's not real, okay? When Xylee's not around, the Cabal doesn't happen. Really, she's like the Godfather when you think about it. I gotta stop encouraging the joke.
with a lot of racism allegations. I can understand why you would lump her in with everyone else. To me, this looks like a situation of you making what to me feels like a hit piece style video, which then
I need to see this video. We've been talking about the jar. What are these two videos? What did No One Ask say in the video about Jar? What did Jar say? I want to see these things now. I'm asking my mods to do this via me yelling at the camera. I'm sorry. But if you're not doing anything and you'd like to send them to me, please do. But, no pressure.
inspires your audience to brigade that much smaller creator. Do you disagree with that?
I did it. I mean, I've already said it. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but second channel, smaller audience. I believe I said at the beginning, please don't harass this person.
Oh my god, whatever. I'm going to check right now. It's on Jar's second channel. I'm pulling it up. Just a robot. Let's see. Oh my god, is this a 2-hour video from a person who has like 1,000 subs? You gotta be fucking shitting me. Is it this one? Okay. This is 30 minutes. She has a lot on him. Okay. Two hours. 2 hours. 2 hours. Is there
Guys, please don't
timestamps?
tag this person because she's new. But here's their name and thumbnail so y'all can find.
Someone else replied, considering you openly admit to using racial slurs, I don't feel that bad for you given the racism. It shouldn't happen to anyone, but you're not a great person yourself. And just a robot, the man everyone swears has grown and changed, responded. It's not racist if you don't
Why
call
does
anyone
this
it, and everyone
person
does it.
sound like a fucking chipmunk?
Would you rather have me lie about doing it?
To be fair, I certainly could have worded that better. I can see how some people might have came to
What is this video? Just like I did not put this on 2x speed. It's just playing like this.
the conclusion that I was saying everybody says racial slurs, so it's okay. No, of course it's not okay to say racial slurs. I don't think someone is racist just because they say a racial slur. I'm autistic and everybody calls everything they don't like retarded. But I don't think that automatically makes someone ableist. Now, if they call me retarded, then yes, they are ableist.
Well, make me the captain of Ableism Incorporated, because Jar, I think you might be retarded.
But only if they call me that, no other autistic person. I just want to make that clear.
Okay, and you're free to feel that way. Just like how you're allowed to not be offended that someone used autistic as an insult and not think it's ableist, I'm allowed to be offended at the usage of racial slurs and think it's racist, period. Like I keep saying, people...
Well, like, ultimately, all of this is just like my personal feelings versus my personal feelings, right? But it's a different thing if Jar's running around saying the N-word, it's like, okay, that's bad, and obviously I would be like, you're a fucking asshole, right? But the what would make it more damning is if this was a video about how, like, Jar, I don't know, was making like workplace decisions based on the color of people's skin or something like that, right? Like,
outside of marginalized groups don't get to decide what is or isn't offensive to people a part of that group, especially not slurs created to dehumanize them. Like,
this is like this is such a non-response to Jar too, because it's like you're not moving the needle, you're just pearl clutching to your audience, right? And I mean, you know, obviously, like, it'll make people in your audience feel good or whatever, but it doesn't do anything, right? Like, it's not just like I don't know if this person's engaging this with the intent to change any like mind of Jar's. Like, it's not like none of it is gonna move anything anywhere.
But yes, every single person...
My big question on the racism allegations is, did Jar say do more than say racial slurs? Yeah. So Jar has like used his defense for like different slurs that he's used, as he has a black friend, so it's okay. I know we've all heard things like that before, right? That happens all the fucking time. He'll make like jokes that edge towards like racism, you know, stuff about like black people looting and shit like that. There was a time when he claimed he was black. Yeah, I do remember that as well. And there was like the digital blackface allegations. Oh, the fried chicken thing. Yeah. There was a Jar said this himself. Okay. Jar said this himself. He went on a date with a black woman and she had asked if he was autistic. And his response was something like, "Do you like fried chicken and watermelon?" Someone asking a question caused him to say that. You want a clip of him say the C word and the N word in the same sentence? Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? That was on a date, yeah.
person has used the racial slur at least once in their life. Am I saying they say it all the time? No, but I'm pretty sure basically everybody has said a racial slur at least once in their life.
why is this man willing to die on the hill that everyone uses racial slurs? Like, no, they don't.
I know she's saying that, and I get that some woke communities might be really that tight about it, but I gotta be honest with you, after 27 years on this great green planet, dude, some of the most woke ass people on earth still be using slurs, all right? And they say that they can, all right? People just rationalize why they can act a certain way based on their moral standards. It is literally just how humans work. It's just, it just be how things are, okay? You can be very racist without slurs. That's yeah, that too. As a matter of fact, I love fried chicken and watermelon. So do I. Who doesn't, dude?
Did he call someone it, or did he just say it? Why is it bad when only white people say it? If he was Asian, would it be okay? If he was black, I know it certainly would be okay. The only time I remember him saying it was when he said, say nigger. But even then, that was to make fun of a white girl. Oh, so your thumbnail maker is either a racist white person or a coon-ass nigger, according to you.
Whoa! 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 All right, when he was quoting iDubbbz, I was like, I'll give it to him. But then he followed it up by saying what he said. And I was like, no, no, no. Oh my God. Deployed the tactical raccoon.
I didn't upload anything on my second channel for like a long ass time, so because it got hacked. So I thought, okay, barely any people are gonna see this, and that was no one asked first video on me, and I did ignore her at first. Then she made a second video on me, and then I got annoyed, and she started her channel specifically to talk about me, and her first video got like tens of thousands of views because she was
technically speaking, I'm starting my channel talking specifically about you. So
yeah, I know. Like you have to admit, it is kind of weird. Someone's first video being about you, and then their second video also being about you, and
what? Like, are you? Oh, my first video does well. Let me follow it up by doing something in the same topic. No shit.
I think it's necessarily weird, personally, because
yeah, and
over time she's made more videos on other things.
Oh yeah, over time she has, but at the time it was the first two videos were about me, and it was literally over me just saying "Creepshow art hurt me."
Show me someone who says they haven't sang a slur, and I'll show you a liar. Yeah, dude. if Elmo's favorite artist is Kendrick, and Elmo is singing along, can Elmo say the word? No, Elmo, you can't say the word. But Elmo's just singing along to the song.
My friends as well, and then that was like so annoying to me because I was like, this is really over. Like this all got started because I left a comment. And that been happening more and more. I've been seeing more and more people make videos on me because of what I've said, like, underneath a video. Like, if you want to cover a video of mine, that's fine. But when you're taking examples from multiple videos that are all over the place to paint me in a negative light, sometimes from arguments I've already previously debunked, or saying... I
would love to see him walk back saying the C word, ass, N word.
I think she said I should have just agreed with Prism Luke's criticism, and I was like, well, I disagree with that. She can have her opinion, I can have my opinion.
And also, I think it's really funny that it's like, oh, she's doing the thing where he's like complaining that she's taking all these parts from different videos to paint the picture that he's racist, which is exactly what you would do if you're making an exposed video explaining how you think someone's racist, that he's taking umbrage with that. Even though that is something that he would definitely do to somebody.
I just responded to her video, and I'm going to own that. Like, that's what I did. I responded to her video, and I feel like I did a pretty good job, all things considered. And I also feel like at the time, that video of hers, like, you can talk about sub count, but that video of hers did decently well. It got tens of thousands.
Why? This guy always thinks in sub count and sub numbers. God, he's so cringe.
Of views. So I don't know.
Dude, guys with this, like, fucking sub number, like, audience brain rot content shit, fuck off. I hate this shit. You spend enough time in this industry, you realize that it's not really that important.
Where you're coming from. Sorry if
he's
I
a number. He's a number monkey. Now that sounds a little racist.
Statistically rambling, but I feel like I was justified in my actions.
I mean, you're allowed to feel justified in that. Like, you're allowed to feel however you feel about it personally. I'm just really trying to, like, make the point here that I felt like it was inappropriate. Do you feel like you would have handled that situation differently now?
I'd probably not respond to it in general because I have so many videos made on me now that, like, I don't have the time to fit it in.
Okay.
Like, there's like
that was
no
not
way I could, like,
the response I was expecting, but okay. So really, though,
I will.
Jar studied the social blade.
I'll just say this: I felt like I was nice to her, all things considered. I was really pulling my punches. Like,
honestly, Jar, you should have just been like, this C word, ass, N word, and I would have been like, whoa. All right, captain of the base department. I didn't know that we were there.
Not trying to insult her as a person, just respond to her points.
I mean, I don't think you should necessarily, like, insult people as a person.
I mean, like, she says, I think Jar's racist because he sounds racist. And then Jar responded saying, I'm not racist. Like, what? Why are you even? Okay, I will be on. Why the fuck is Jar responding to that? Why would Jar acknowledge that? If you know you're not racist or you know you're not sexist, you don't really need to go around constantly litigating that. The only reason that Jar has to constantly keep doing that is because there's all these countless clips of him actually just being racist.
When you're responding to stuff like that in general, so I think that's just common courtesy, not pulling punches.
Oh,
But
I agree with that, but like
I just mean like now, if it was a much smaller creator, would you handle the situation differently now after everything that you've gone through and learned? And say there weren't like 100 videos on you.
Well, now I would have put them because I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Can I?
Okay. Dude, Jar is just something else, dude. What the fuck? Okay, all right. Oh shit. I have a clip of me saying, I don't know, man. I think you're malicious as people paint you out to be. And I think everyone has the capacity to be malicious when they're scorned. But I just have more sympathy than that. And he says something like, you think I'm a nice guy or something like that in a baby voice? To which I replied, all right, white boy. I'm taking back my sympathy for you being soy as fuck. And he goes, pause. Don't be a Indian giver. And then Ratsoy is apparently native. Like the dude is legit funny. He just has zero fucking chill when he feels scorned and zero social awareness. Or maybe I'm being manipulated by him and I'm stupid. Yes! Yes! Yes, he's manipulating you. He's using his 1 HP voice. Stop it.
Not respond to videos like what is like the limit, because like back then it wasn't sub count that mattered to me, it was view count, and very few videos on me, especially back then, broke 10k views, and hers was one of the very few videos that broke over 10k views.
Dude, these are 10k views. These are nothing. This is nothing. Jar, He immediately got comfortable calling you an Indian giver. Let's be for real. I mean, I did say a lot of racist shit to him before that, and it was like 2 hours into the call, and I did kind of goad him into saying it by saying, it's fine, I don't care, just don't call me slurs. He was shockingly less racist than I expected him to be. Ay, ay, ay.
A lot of people are dogpiling on me right now, and I think they can if they want to. But like, what about like then you have people like Turkey Tom, who has a channel with over 1 million subscribers, and he's made like 4 videos on me. Okay. Like, I don't mean to use the whataboutism card, but I don't feel like these standards are being applied to anyone else.
It's not so much that I'm like applying standards to you. I'm more specifically, and let's like forget about everything else. Let's forget about like the Cinny Bear thing. Let's forget about the fact that there's a bunch of videos on you right now.
Does Jar seriously have autistic Riz, or is Rot just a pick me? There's some pick me energy going on. I gotta be frank.
The simple question I'm asking is, now, after everything you've learned, if another content creator with a very small sub count, very small view count, made a video stating their opinions on you, would you still respond?
Probably, because it just hit me now. My fans were attacking.
No, the only reason you'd respond to somebody who's small is because you'd win the argument by proxy of your numbers, you freak.
No one asked before I even made a video. So, like, doesn't even matter anymore if I make a video or not.
I mean, yeah, there were a few comments that were before you made a video, but I do think that there was a substantial uptick in comments after you made that video.
This stuff with this creator is so fucking, why are we still on it? It's been like 20 minutes, dude.
I think it was because her response to it was really bad. I mean, you say that was the case, but I remembered her video already being ratioed before I talked about it, because like Alex the Critic, I think even Akumu and a few other people covered that video. So
why is everybody in ACC so stupid, dude? What is going on over there?
I don't see what the issue is if I cover it as well.
Like if somebody says something absolutely egregious in a takedown video and you want to respond genuinely, sure. But it's like, I don't know, man. I just feel like you're like wasting your energy on it. At least this one in particular. This one feels like it's wasting the energy.
Sorry if I'm coming across.
No. I'm
really
mostly,
don't mean to.
I'm just picking your brain about it. You're allowed to feel however you need to feel. You haven't come across to me as like necessarily argumentative. You just...
He is argumentative.
You know, and you have a right to be upset by me if you think that I'm sounding like I'm accusing you of anything.
Well, I'm trying my best to understand where you're coming from. Because...
Yeah. Jar is stupid and soy, but them fruit got moves, holy hell.
That's so true. That's so true. Look at that pineapple go.
Because I know with the opinion people have of me right now, no matter how I respond to this.
You notice how Jar says right now? I think Jar thinks in his head that if he posts more, if he gets on more interviews, he can fix this.
If I respond to, like, by saying, ooh, whoa, you're right, I'm in the wrong, people are going to be upset. If I say, no, I did nothing
wrong. It's probably because the ACC were mostly children. Some physically, most mentally.
I mean, yeah.
Wrong, I'm based and red-pilled, people are going to be upset. Like, I know no matter what I say, I'm going to be perceived as bad.
I didn't ask the question, do you think you were in the wrong? I simply asked if you would do the same thing now, and your answer was yes. And even after I added a little more context, you still answered yes. So that's all I wanted from asking that question. I'm not like trying to corner you into a certain answer.
I apologize. Sometimes
don't apologize. Don't apologize. I just want to make myself clear. So, but do you feel bad about some of the comments that were like the ones that I showed you here?
Oh yeah, not those comments. I'm not gonna lie. You found the tame ones.
Well, yeah. I mean, I tried to find ones that would be, you know, that YouTube would like not lose its shit over, you know.
But I also
instead of perpetual hell, we got perpetual Jar.
kind of find it douchey to tell my fan base, hey, don't comment on someone else's video who I covered, because it could come across as me saying, I can talk about this person, but you can't talk about this person. And I don't want to come across that way.
I personally don't see a problem with coming across that way, because it takes more effort and holds more value to make a video on somebody than it is to just go over and like call them a slur on their channel.
Well, I get that. I don't like it when people call other slurs. And here's the thing, I do actually legitimately somewhat feel bad about it. I don't like it when people get harassment.
Okay. This is killing me. Like how long does this go on for? Oh my god.
Topic up and move on to something else.
Thank Christ.
I have a couple other things I wanted to touch on. Mainly it's just I don't think you should give a shit about what people say. I mean, this is something that I said yesterday.
You're right. I think you're right.
I think
you're right.
There are plenty of YouTubers that say at the beginning of their videos, if you go and fucking harass this person for me, I think you're a piece of shit and you're not a part of my community. And frankly, that's how I feel if, you know, after I make this video, after I finish it.
Dude, I don't even say that stuff anymore, because it's just like it doesn't fucking matter what I say.
I'm going to say basically the same thing. If you're going to go and harass people on my behalf, you're a fucking man-child, because I'm a grown-ass woman and I can defend myself if I want to. Because the issue is here, yeah, people are going to make comments on videos that they don't like that are negative.
How much to watch you play Balatro?
But it's different when it is a group of people who actively watch your content and go and attack that person on behalf of you, whether you tell them to or not. And I do think a lot of that can be...
No, but this whole audience brigading thing is just not working, dude. It's just not working. You know, the thing is, I know there are creators who definitely abuse their insular and closed-in audience as a tool for brigading and harassing others. That happens. I've seen it. I know of people who do it. I know of people who will do it. But, you know, it's like trying to get Jar on this is going to be really hard. Right, you kind of need to see him. This is one of those things where you kind of need to catch Jar in the act, you know, like him implicitly, like him not saying anything is bad, right? But then him also actively encouraging it is worse, right? But there's no like level that he could take here that's reasonable.
YouTuber.
Yeah. I mean, I've worked with a lot of YouTubers over the years. I've literally been in the YouTube sphere probably as long as you have, if not longer. I used to work with a lot of the like skeptic community. Surprise, surprise, I also got my start in the anti-SJW sphere.
I'm really struggling to get through the rest of this call, and it's 2 hours. It's just really frustrating because it feels like, I don't know. Rot, what makes this really frustrating is that I feel like Rot is touching on things that I think somebody more seasoned could get to, right? But because Rot seems to want to be sympathetic to Jar, it's kind of ruining it and just poisoning the well and almost giving Jar an avenue for response, you know? And that's really frustrating to me because Jar has just used his audience to brigade people. That is something that happened. That is something Jar does. Okay? Slug with the raid, thank you. I hope your fooders are doing well. Right? It's like Jar has done these things. Right? And it's just like it's much easier if we just acknowledge that those things happened and then continue on saying Jar's a piece of shit rather than doing anything, right? Listen, I'll be legit. I want my answers, and Jar's been dodging me now. Kind of weird, lol. Because he probably knows he's probably your reputation probably precedes you. Oh my god. But yeah, it's like I don't know. I definitely I'm of two ways about it, especially about this whole brigading thing. Because I've seen it. I know it happens, right? But it's one of those things where it's hard to like get somebody on unless you catch them in the act or you have evidence of it, right? Like, let's say you saw a creator talking disparagingly about other creators in their Discord, right? That could be an example of them prepping an audience to be brigading, right? You could litigate that much more easily with the information rather than a lack of information, right? So Rot's trying to really take Jar to task over something that's old, it hasn't been like, you know, has been like explored already, and you know, we all just know this about Jar. So trying to litigate it now is like very frustrating. You really should just be deriding Jar. We're at that point. It feels like Rot really just pities Jar because she believes he's all talking about it because because it's his autism. Well, it's like this stuff with Lewis, right? So I had done an interview with Lewis, right? And I couldn't put it out because I started working, so I didn't have time to sit down and like go over it and like take notes. Because usually when I do a call with somebody, I'll either have somebody else like on the ops take notes on the call for me, or I'll take notes. I usually take notes anyway. Lewis McClung. And, you know, we went over it. I asked some hard questions. I asked some soft questions. I wanted to know who this fucking kid was. And we had talked about like stuff earlier in an earlier call. And then I didn't get around to it. And then he went on interviews with other people. And it was basically the same thing as my interview. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I just noticed that he kept going on interviews. And I explained this on a prior stream, right? But Lewis and my opinion on Lewis ended up changing significantly over that time, right? Where it's like, I felt bad for him. And I do actually feel bad for him. But then he just became like the sorry cop, which is, I'm using an example from Disco Elysium here. But it's just like when somebody's apologizing over and over and over. And it's like, I get it. But then in the same breath, it's like, okay, at some point we got to like shut this down and you just, you know, put your axe to the grindstone, right? And it was just like he constantly kept apologizing and apologizing because he does feel bad genuinely, but it's like really frustrating when somebody's constantly like, it almost like he wants to martyr himself. Like he wants to martyr himself. And it's frustrating because it's like, dude, you're a young guy. You're throwing your career away by doing this. Don't fucking do this. You're going to fucking ruin yourself. Right. So like my opinion on everything and all I had done had changed completely by the time I was like done with it. That I was like, why the fuck? I don't want to fucking deal with this shit or like put this shit out or like what the fuck is this? Because all he's doing is sitting around and like saying sorry over and over, where he's just kind of martyrizing himself, which by the way, him doing that, the girl in the situation, Cataclysm, basically just got to go away being a fucking piece of shit asshole because Lewis, while being a martyr and apologizing over and over, couldn't do the actual hard thing, which was say, yeah, Katie set me up. I wouldn't associate with her. If he was able to say that, the conversation would have changed to Katie, but he made it about him. I got really off topic from Jar. I don't know where I got to that from. I'm lost my mind. Luz is a true Canadian through and through.
Because I was a pick-me girl when I was younger.
Oh
yeah.
my god. Oh my god, you're out of your depth. You're out of your depth. But yeah, like Jar we're at the point now where it's just like we know exactly how Jar acts, dude. We know exactly what this is. This is not for now. This is like an interview that should have happened like weeks ago, right? And you know, interviews should have happened with people who are not rot. Also, an interesting Diesel is reliving 3-month-old drama.
I've been around a long time. I've rubbed elbows with a lot of people that are huge
Oh
now,
my
that were
god,
very small
dude.
then.
Rubbing elbows with the anti-SJW community. They've all lost their minds or lost their jobs.
I'm not really going to name them because it's not important and it's just going to sound like
Could you imagine it's like Sargon of Akkad?
bragging. But I've
Jar needs to nut up and do an interview with Kristen Ark.
been around. I know a lot more than you might think, and I can understand more than you think.
Whenever a bigger YouTuber talked about me and their fans came at me and attacked me, I always dealt with it, even if it...
No, you know what you do when that happens, Jar, and like somebody like me or Chud or Diorio starts ragging on you. You know what you do? You seethe and you cope and you mold because you know you can't fight back. That's it. That's all you do. All you do is seethe and mold about it. It's probably Armored Skeptic, let's be real. Yeah. I see that. I
didn't have a back and forth with a person. Like, I've always dealt with someone bigger than me sending their fans to harass me.
Dude, every time a bigger person goes after him, he immediately bends over backwards and spreads his robot cheeks. Because he's such a fucking loser. He only takes fights that he know he could win. He's not going to go to the battle on equal footing.
And now I'm dealing with it. I'm not even deleting comments. And I'm getting mean comments left, right, and center. I feel bad about it, but...
Guys, why am I still getting hate?
I can't... It's almost impossible to...
What is that? Like, you hear that?
Try to control your audience. And I know what you're saying. Hey, just tell them if you do X, you're no longer part of my community. I know for a fact people are just going to say... people are going to use that against me. I know
people are going to use everything.
Oh my god, fuck off. This guy thinks he's the biggest victim on earth. Honestly, Jar, you should just own being a piece of shit asshole. Just be an asshole. Just like own it. Just like revel in villainy. Okay? Because this, like, you're trying to do like I'm a nice guy and then be a backstabbing bitch behind the scenes. Just be like, I'm a backstabbing bitch and I love it. Just do it. Just fucking do it, okay? Who the fuck cares? Be a mean girl. Like, I'm a total fucking mean girl diva queen, okay? Fuck.
Against you. People are going to use the fact that your robot has white features and blue eyes against you.
Yeah, I know. So, like...
It's true. His robot is an Aryan. I'm just saying.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And that's why I'm
not give a shit?
Yeah, not give... I think you're right. Like, don't respond to so many videos on me.
Like
I shouldn't respond to videos on me in another video interviewing with a person.
Pick and choose your battles.
I get that. When it comes to that, I think you're right. I wouldn't, like, you asked me would I respond to no one asked now. With all the videos on me, obviously not. I shouldn't give a shit. And I will agree, even if these videos weren't being made on me, I almost didn't respond to her to begin with. I just thought, hey, this would be great to put on my second channel.
It's Lay Diesel, girly pop queen mother. My pillow princess.
And unfortunately, that led me.
You did it for the content. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, for the second channel that no one
I meant pretty, but fuck it. Okay.
cared about. But then something snapped inside of me, and I made a whole bunch of videos on smaller channels.
Diesel is like if a man and a woman had a baby. I'm not beating those allegations. Damn.
Which, I'm going to be honest here, response videos are very easy to make. Response videos are so easy.
This guy, Rod couldn't be giving him an easier interview today in this call, and he's still saying things that he shouldn't say.
Easy to make, and they're fun.
This is the point where Diesel would Fed post and say he's gonna fuck someone's wife. I feel like that's not Fed posting. I feel like that's bull posting. Okay. I feel like that's NTR posting. I think we're gonna label that NTR posting, but in this case, would it be dreadlock? I don't know. Bull. I guess bull posting. Bull posting kind of fits.
It's fun to respond to people. I just wish I could have like the funnest drama I've ever had was the one with Doodle Tones because it was about Pokemon and we were, yeah, she was a little bit bigger than me, but we were relatively even. I thought it was fair and fun.
That's funny. I mean, yeah, I think it was. I thought that was fine. I didn't really see an issue with that.
Threatening to end someone, cringe. Threatening to fuck someone's partner, based.
Personally, but I do know that there are people who like took your Pokemon video like the wrong way.
Oh yeah, they harassed Doodle Tones for literal years, like fucking years over this. And I actually came onto Doodle Tones' channel and said, I am tired of it. Stop talking about this. You're acting like she diddled a kid.
I also think, and this is definitely going to help me segue into the next point, the next topic that I wanted to talk to you about. I think the main
Shut the fuck up. I will fuck your wife is based.
thing is because the vast majority of your audience, especially then, were children. Do you disagree?
I'm not going to use the cheap.
More base is threatening to suck fuck. Who cares?
I'm going to use the cheap.
I'll say whichever one gets me to W.
Says it's 18 to 25. Yeah, everybody's audience fucking says that dipshits. It's just kids using it to get around the 18 plus filter. Just wanted to rant.
I gotta be honest, I've shown my audience demographics before, and like my highest age range demographic is like 25 to 34.
About that for a second. I just hate it when people do that. But yeah, like I'm sure a lot of my fan base are kids, but some of them.
Could you imagine being 16 and being radicalized by just a robot?
Know for a fact were adults, and some of them were autistic, and some of them were not. Adults can act like children sometimes.
Jar, if you keep yapping, I'll fuck your boy wife.
Well, I do want to show you a few things. This isn't like as much of like a big important thing as the whole like brigading comments. I did actually go through comments and I found people talking about like their age, for instance.
Oh my god, Rot. This is so bad, dude. Nobody cares. Yes, I'm certain that people who are too young watch the guy who reviews cartoons with the angry robot arms crossed PNG.
Is a little less like a...
God, yes, we all did. I did. Jesus Christ.
Exact.
I was like 16 being like Sargon of Akkad. You know what you're talking about, man. Yeah, man, you're sticking it to him. Those feminazis, dude, trying to take our video games.
It just says, so this is coming from a former Jar fan. After I grew up, he kind of started rubbing me the wrong way. I thought...
I'm sure you have at least 50 of those. Like,
I live alone and am still embarrassed to put you on a TV, Diesel.
I got a lot of those comments. Like, I was a kid and then I grew up and I no longer liked him.
Yeah.
There are also people who aren't kids who also say they don't like me anymore.
Yeah. And here's this one that says, you know, I remember watching Jar's videos when I was like 13 or 14.
Who cares, Rod? Who cares? You're like cherry picking all these comments out of thousands upon thousands that are in fucking Jar videos.
I was legit going down an alt-right pipeline, and thank God I stopped.
Here's why Black Panther should be played by Ryan Gosling, just a robot.
Oh my fucking God. What? I'm not part of the alt-right. It's always I hate the alt-right pipeline theory. Like, I always thought it was kind of dumb. It's like I was playing Minecraft.
We can talk about...
God damn it, Malcolm and their viewers just joined. Oh, what is up, dude? Thank you for the raid. That's very base, very base.
About that after this point. Here's another one in all caps that personally comes off to me as a child writing it.
Probably not the best to come after I just finished a conversation about like the difference between sucking and fucking somebody's dad, but you know what? We do move.
That's probably a kid or someone who has really bad dyslexia.
Mm-hmm. I also talked to quite a few people on Discord who were fans of yours.
Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph in heaven almighty. This is killing me, man. I really, Rod, we really can't be litigating like the basics of like, oh, I was talking to people who used to be fans with you as like minors and now they're adults. And also him like directly, I will say the whole like, he was straight up saying the all right pipeline theory isn't real, but I just explained how I was 16 being radicalized, okay? And that worked so well that I was 18 and I went to see Milo Yiannopoulos speak, okay? I just...
Many of which said that, yeah, they were a teenager when they watched your stuff. And then, you know.
So I don't know if it really makes you like that ideologically entrenched. I obviously left. Clearly, all of my hangups politically were based on me getting laid. Because the second I got laid, I got de-radicalized. It's crazy like that.
Also in various chats and live streams, I talked to people, hey, you said you were a fan of Jar. Do you remember how old you were? But yeah, you're right. I have a shit.
See me like that. Dude, nothing made me less homophobic than meeting my ex's gay friends.
Shitload of comments like this. I have a shitload
Who
of people
thought all you needed was human interaction? Crazy, right?
saying,
I will say, though, there was a point in time where I was sitting there and I was watching Sargon of Akkad complain about the newest feminist frequency video, and I was going, very based, Mr. Akkad, very based. Very based and red-pilled. Yes. Oh, this JF guy really is. He's kind of spitting. This JF guy's kind of spitting. Oh, he was Richard Spencer. Oh, wait, no, he's just a Nazi. Okay.
Far more people saying they were fans of you when they were a teenager than, you know, adults saying that they used to be fans of you. So I do think that that is a big contributor to the brigading because...
Well, feminist frequency was always low-hanging fruit. The episodes, if you watch them now, they've aged very poorly, right? Like, even just as an academic, Anita and the crew that were associated with that project were very just not well put together.
Kids just don't know how to fucking act on the internet, or don't know how to act in general. So I'm not blaming you for the brigading, but I do think that you could have done more to mitigate it.
Okay, this has literally been like a 20-minute conversation, 20 to 30-minute conversation about Jar and whether or not he brigaded people on the internet. And I gotta be honest, this is not how you'd get Jar on this. Again, I know I keep saying that and I keep repeating it, but it seems to be a really big sticking point for Rot, and it seems to be something that Rot cares about very deeply. But like, Jesus Christ.
I feel like I've done more than most commentary channels. I've never heard.
I disagree.
I feel like I've done more than most commentary channels. This guy should go into politics.
But I think it comes down...
I've never heard. Sorry, I'll let you finish. I'm being rude. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I've done more than most commentary channels. I've told them, don't go after that black woman. She's one of the good ones. Holy shit. I've never said anything racist. I have black friends. The black people love me. The black people love me, people. I've been told I'm one of the best white people that's friends with black people.
I personally think that it is more nuanced, more
all right to male bimbo pipeline.
black and white than just, you know, I was telling them not to do that kind of thing. It does get to a point where, like, eventually you just need to stop fucking talking about that person. Don't.
I have a girlfriend. She's of legal age. He's an adult.
Make a video on them. Don't bring them up in other videos.
I, Just a Robot, was invited to the cookout. They wanted me there. You're yeah, that's because I'm doing a Trump impression. Dude, if you ever Mana Potion's very own John Chairs, Joey, does an amazing Trump impression. And he was doing this, we were camping. So it was that time that I almost died when I went camping. And we're walking back and Joey is like saying that he's Trump if he was doing a Super Mario Sunshine speedrun. And he's like, I'm the Simple Flips great guy. Ron DeSanctimonious, he can't do the watermelon skip. I can do the watermelon skip.
Don't even insinuate about them, because your audience has the memory of a fucking goldfish. They'll forget about it in time. And I do personally think that you have a bad habit of bringing up old.
Oh no, I brought up the melon. I can't bring up the melon
in your videos to use as points. I don't necessarily think you're reviving the drama every time, but it is.
Do you think Dreadlock ever invited Jar to the barbecue at his family home?
The fact that you do comment on these things and use them as examples, that it does kind of throw sticks back on the fire kind of thing.
I get that.
So if being gay / becoming a femboy is the answer to the incel issue, what's the answer to the alt-right problem?
She, they, goth pussy. That's what happened to me, you know. So probably that. I think we need state mandated goth GFs sent out across America right now.
Okay.
I get where you're coming from when it comes to that. I think I do. Like, people have told me I make comparisons way too much. And I can understand where they're coming from when it comes to that.
Honestly,
And
and I do think that there is a bit of parasociality to that as well.
State mandated Hello Kitty girls. That's true. Listen, you'll know all about Kuromi, okay? Once you know about Kuromi, it'll be really easy.
Oh yeah, there's always some
Because-
parasocial relationships when it comes to YouTubers.
Well, specifically more of like when you bring up these old like dramas that you've been in.
You can use the Malicol to exactly point to him rehashing drama and knowing how his audience can be used against others if you're going to focus on this line. Yes.
You're bringing up names and situations that the only people who are really going to understand who you're talking about or remember the situations you're talking about are people who have been around for a long time and who are very parasocial. And it kind of like bolsters their parasociality in a way, which I think also adds fuel to the brigading. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from.
Okay.
Listen, for the Hello Kitty girlies in chat, my favorite Sanrio character is Keropi. I really like Keropi. I think he's a great guy. He's a little guy. He's a little frog guy, okay? If you've never seen him, he's really cute.
I never intended for
You
anything
would
like
be.
this to happen, and I've been trying to be a better YouTuber and not make as many responses. I mean, I've only made, to my situation, one response so far. But I have to admit, it's very annoying, extremely annoying, when I see someone make, like...
If you're still a virgin by 35, you get put in a couple's raffle where you're drawn with another name.
a whole buttload of videos on me, and then I respond once, and then there's just someone saying shit like, "Oh, Jar's dog whistling to their audience, his audience, for them to."
Oh my god, I've already done too much Trump impression. I gotta stop.
For them to attack this person. It does annoy me. I won't lie.
I think that
Like,
also goes into, like I said, the parasociality of it. Some of the things that you said, like for instance, using old drama as examples, it can be a bit of a dog whistle to the parasocial people that follow you.
This is killing me. I literally, this is like, you know what this interview sounds to me right now, chat? That's what it sounds like. That's it. That's all I hear.
Whether you intend it or not.
Dude, I really didn't know. I didn't know that I had so many Sanrio heads in the chat, dude. What is this? Everybody's like Choco Cat, fucking Cinnarroll, like Batsmaru, like I can't.
Yeah, I've just been told that even about my what do you call it? What's her name? I talked about my thumbnail artist. What she said about me when she leaked those.
Gudetama is also up there. I feel like Gudetama is like. Liking Gudetama, I get, but I also feel like Gudetama's a little like overly popular, right? My Melody's a really big like mainstream favorite too.
Voice clips of me, and
dude, Agretsuko is great. The anime on Netflix, fucking phenomenal. I love Agretsuko so much; it's so good.
I said next time you leak something out, make sure to delete your response. It was, you know, the person's name. Someone commented that I was like, someone said, "Oh, seems like Jar is dog whistling to his audience to attack someone on his behalf again," and I was like, "How am I dog whistling? Like, what is this?"
And I think I can definitely see why what you said, and when you said that it did come off as a threatening thing, which I think is a great way to segue into the very next thing that I wanted to talk to you about.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to take a breather with this.
Yeah, I like her coworkers, dude. I like how they like fleshed out her coworkers and just like it's such a well realized show. Really, it feels like you know those people, right? Like they did a good job of capturing the archetypes of people you meet when you work in an office, right? A breather from the nothing happening in this call. Honestly, I'm about to go to the Sanrio website and be like, who's the best? Sanrio characters. Didn't it drop off in a later season? Yeah, the whole stuff about the donkey guy romance with the rich guy was like a little Secretary Power Walk was something. Dude, there used to be like a fucking page on the Sanrio website that had like all about the Sanrio characters. But now it's like not there. What is this? Oh my god. Some of these characters I've never seen before. Oh, you know which one I also like? I like Peckle. Peckle's a great one. This is a really old list for sure, because this is not up to date with everybody. Yeah, I think it's under specific merch areas. Thank you, thank you. Oh my god. It's a list of all 350 Sanrio characters. I literally don't know who all of these characters are. Oh my god. Big Challenges is great. I like Big Challenges. I think I don't like Dear Daniel. That's one I don't like. Okay. I'm on the fandom site, okay? Batsmaru is pretty good. He's okay. Charmy Kitty is one you never see anymore, but like it's almost like Charmy Kitty was replaced by Choco Cat, I gotta be honest. Like Choco Cat's around a lot more. Cinema Roll is great. Cinema Roll is one of my favorites. I like Cinema Roll too. I understand why the Hello Kitty girlies really like Cinema Roll. Hello Kitty is like basic. I honestly don't know somebody over the age of like grown adults don't like Hello Kitty. I've never seen a grown adult like Hello Kitty, right? It's always these other characters. That's my guy. That's my guy. Karopi, look at him. Kuromi's great. Kuromi's for the people who like carrying knives. I don't know if Rina's in the chat, but Rina really likes Kuromi. Little Twin Stars is like, I feel like this is like a grandma coded kind of Hello Kitty character, like Sanrio character. I literally don't know who Mimi White is. I didn't even know that Hello Kitty had a twin sister. Okay. My Melody is another one I also really like. I like My Melody a lot too. She's like a nice, like sweet person. I'm 30.
I'm 30 and I like Hello Kitty.
Maybe it's like an age thing. I feel like the Zoomers aren't that in to Hello Kitty as a character. Pom Pom Purim, I could take or leave. I think they're they're cute. Oh my god. There's different universes. Okay, I'm on another website. There's Cinema Roll, there's Azuki, Shiffin, Mocha. I like this one. I like these two. These are pretty cool. These are cute ones. Okay. Popoen. Shout out to Muffin, by the way. Shout out to Muffin. Dude, do you guys remember Hamtaro? Shout out to Hamtaro, dude. I'm being fed stuff that was posted in the op server, and I'm just sitting here like, dude, this call is just gonna get worse and worse. Like, I don't. Dude, there's so many of these guys. I can't stand watching the call anymore, man. I can't. Oh, Little Forest Fellow's a really nice one. I really like Little Forest Fellow. You know what? I think people are hating on Hang Yandong. Because he's a little ugly fish guy. But you know what? He's got a great little fit. Okay. Hang yo dog. People love him in Japan. I get it. Tuxedo Sam is great. Oh my god, how did I forget about Tuxedo Sam? Oh my god. Holy shit. Tuxedo Sam is like really adorable. I like ducks, chat. That's like one of my things, okay? I like ducks, like penguins, all right? Like those little guys, those are great. I like those guys a lot. All right. I don't like Batsmaru though. I don't really fuck with the whole like he's kind of like a mischievous bad boy type thing. I don't really like that, right? Ducks are Diesel's special interest. Yeah, but you know, I like Harupi because he's like a nice guy. Like he's just really happy to be here, you know. Gudetama being like a lazy, like his whole thing is like he's lazy, he's kind of like sad, he's kind of like depressed all the time, you know, and I get why millennials resonate with Gudetama, but I think that kind of pushes me away from Gudetama because I kind of want the positive vibes, and him being like, you know, kind of lazy kind of turns me off from him, you know. Also, yeah, his ass is always out. How dare you, Diesel? I'm unsubscribing. Oh my god. But yeah, and then like Gudetama is always like laying down with his butt out in the air, and it's just like, bro, I get it, you're lazy. Like, come on, man. There's a lot of Sanrio characters I've realized. This page is really fucking long. Wish Me Well is another one that I really like. Like, Wish Me Well is just another one of those where they're like a really nice and positive person. I like the ones that are positive, actually. I think I prefer that more, right? Like, there's a lot of the sassy ones, but I just like the ones that are like really positive about life and really happy. Like, it's just something about them that's just like a lot better. What the fuck? Diesel likes to color and draw. Anyway, we got to get back to this call. I really, really don't want to keep going through it. I can't do it anymore. We're only halfway through. Diesel, please don't. Oh my god, Diesel. A guy who wakes up to his feel good playlist. I wish. Dude, I want a Sanrio character dressed up as Solid Snake, man. How hard is that? That's okay, though. I got to make fun of him and tease him about secretly being into fact chicks, so I got my revenge. Many such cases. At one point, we're talking, and I said, "It's fine. I know you're into fat chicks. You don't have to hide it from me." And the fucker ended the call. That was fast. That was a really fast. Oh my god. This is much better. This is much better. I prefer this much more than the prior thing that I was just looking at. All right. Oh my god. I'm convinced Jar has autistic Riz now. Yeah, I'm beginning to think that. I feel like Jar has one of the, like, I don't know, there's something that like just connect, like people are like drawn to his Riz. Dude, I don't I don't have the fucking Hello Kitty Gundam, dude. I need to grab one of those. I almost bought it a while ago when I was at a con, and then I didn't. And I haven't been able to find it in stock at any of the retailers that I like get my Gundams from. And it's such a fucking shame, dude. Why didn't you? Because I bought a Gundam that was too big. And I couldn't spend any more money. You'll never see it again. I will find it.
I'm totally fine
I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. This is hell.
with that at any point. I want you to be comfortable, and I want you to be honest with me.
Oh my god, they should just kiss already, dude. Holy shit.
How do you feel about the call between you and Mally being leaked?
Kind of weird that it happens 4 months after my drama started, in my opinion. But, you know...
We did this last night, Diesel. We did the whole thing. Can we go back to talking about Hello Kitty? I was learning something. Dude, you have no idea how much I don't... Like, I love turning off from drama. I feel like now that I, like, work and then do this, I'm just, like, constantly plugged in. And like, it kills me. Like, I'd much rather be sitting here talking about Hello Kitty. Like, I really would. Like, fuck yeah, Sanrio's great. Like, I fucking love it. Dude, there was, like, a Sanrio pop-up, like, 2 years ago in New York City. It was for, like, a fucking... it was, like, a special thing they were doing. And, hold on. I am literally going to get my fucking Karaoke right now. I'll be right back.
I don't think they are working the shaft enough. Any thoughts, Diesel?
I can't find it. I can't find Karaoke. I think he's in fucking storage. I'm very sad. I need to get him out. And it would take too long, so I just don't want to be gone that long. But he's like in a drawer right now. And I need to take him out. But he has this little cute little outfit. Actually, fuck it. I'm getting it. And I'm gonna take a piss. I'll be right back. All right. I'll be right back, chat. I'm just going. I'm just getting it. The irony is not lost on me that I just walked away after playing funk music to get a fucking plushie, which is the cringe. Dude, I am literally like... I don't even know. There's some joke somewhere in there, okay? Did you wash your hands? Yes. Yay. All right. Here is my karaoke. Right, he's got the little outfit, like the Japanese festival outfit, right? It was from like the Hello Sanrio pop-up that was in New York City, right? And there is wax on him from the wax explosion. By the way, no fucking joke. Oh my god. But yeah, he's got the little bow tie and a little fucking shoes and shit. The wax explosion, nice excuse. Another candle victim. I know none of you will ever believe that it's wax, but it is wax. I assure you it is. Okay. Did you get waxed up? Dude, I was like, I was worried that like I had burns all over my hands, dude. I had burns all over my hands. Yeah, I think it's finally faded. I used to have like a burn mark on my hand. It was like there for years. Or not. It would have been a year now. Yeah, it would have been a year. Because it was like it was last year that happened. Was it last year? Was it like 8 months ago? Give or take. Fucking, was it over the summer? No, it wasn't this summer. It was the summer before this summer. Was it? I was gonna go to urgent care, but then I just didn't. It was last summer. Was it last summer? I'm like iffy on the details. My memory is shit. Okay, streaming like encourages ADHD brain rot. Did I go? I might have gone. We like ran out of the house after it happened because like I had wax all over my face, and the only reason it wasn't in my eyes is because I had glasses, and my glasses, it wasn't this pair, it was an older pair. It had wax on it. That is because you are old. I can't fucking remember anything. It is bad. I need to write down my life because I don't fucking remember shit that happens. Diesel almost became a wax statue. Well, if you watch videos, hold on, I'll actually just pull it up. For those of you that weren't around when it happened, right? I can't spell wax. If you ever get dementia, there'll be no difference of your memory. I don't remember what happened last week. What is this? None of these are candle wax. Hold on. Candle explosion. Candle brand sued after woman's claims it exploded. Okay, I gotta click on that. Why is the entire thing on fire? Right? So you notice how the wax is on fire? Right? I'm really lucky that didn't happen. I could have burnt my entire house down. Okay, because it was the wax was like in an enclosed space and it blew up outwards and it went everywhere around the room. So imagine if it was on fire. Okay? I got really fucking lucky. Primark candle just... Listen, man, if your Primark candle is exploding, I'm not really surprised. I like how people will literally film something that's on fire rather than do anything. Oh, wait, it blows up at the end. I thought it was just on fire. Yeah, dude, Primark, we have Primarks here, but they're like budget clothes stores. I don't know what it's like over there or if it's like your version of Uniqlo, but like here it's like you get a shirt or shoes from them and it's like $2. Is this another one exploding? Dude, that poor old person is about to die. What? Okay, this is fake. I don't know what this is, but something about this screams fake. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Why did that happen? Oh my god! Wild. I don't. What even goes up into the air? What explodes? Stainless steel fire globe inner holder had developed a crack, unbeknownst to the owner. Fluid accumulated in the base and exploded following ignition of the top of the lamp. Very lucky escape. Image captured on Ring camera. Yeah, what the fuck? I would not believe that. That's crazy. I can't do the call anymore.
This is the fruity one they have. Well,
Open the tomato video. Okay.
خبزة وطماطية شمك للولد خبزة وطماطية شمك للولد وديت الطبيب
Chat, what the fuck is this?
وسوى علي شمك للولد خبزة وطماطية بعال امك للولد
www.hashasha.com.
I know it's a tomato, but that doesn't explain what it is. And then and I can't understand. I can't understand. Your algo is fucked, bro. Dude, my recommended is very bad. My recommended is very bad. It's all like brain rot ass videos. But it's like this old subsection on YouTube that's just old people ripping fat hits on electric cigarettes, dude.
I'm smoking on Bhutanese Shadow Garden grown Dark Evil pack. They watered this with the blood of 30...
Have we checked in? I was going to do a stream checking in on her, but we might as well now because I can't focus on the fucking jar call anymore. 2025 glitches in the Matrix have been crazy. Oh my god. Yeah, she usually does them live. She does her videos live, which is insane. Exposing Illuminati rituals. Oh, she's taking a bunch of her shit down, huh? Is she on? Is she on to us, dude? A year ago? Like... The truth about Trump is... Dude, Just a Robot is in here. Just a Robot shows up in here. Look at this. She knows about the little guys. You're the deep state. Dude, she makes bread doing this too. That's the crazy part. We'll definitely have another stream on her. We'll definitely have another stream on Elizabeth April. Okay. Yeah, she was talking about the drones in New Jersey and shit. And it was fucking insane, the stuff she was saying. Dude, Jar and his stock photos just end up anywhere, dude. It's crazy. Anyway. I'm gonna send you guys over to the big man himself, Nicholas Theorio. So fucking get out of here. And you go sleepy eepy.